Hey guys, welcome to Fresh&fit Podcast. Myron Gaines,
Freshman CEO,
and we got special guests in the house, Abba and Preach. Let's get it, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hey guys, welcome to Fresh&fit Podcast. We got Abba and Preach in the house, man. It's been an awesome collab.
Yep. This is going to be legendary, man. Legendary.
Quick announcements, guys. Patreon.com/FreshFit. If you want all the exclusive content, like when I kicked out that crazy demon chick the other day. Shout out to our boy Trey, Pastor Trey in the house as well. Pastor Trey doing exorcisms on live stream and all that. And then, guys, the party's going to be May 15th. Link will be somewhere in the description, somewhere down below. If you guys want to get tickets to join in May 15th, we're going to have Mr. Organic in the house.
Stunt Lifestyle. All the girls from the podcast. Instagram models.
Including Touch and Go, Miriam. And yeah, guys, it's going to be lit. That's going to be our 100K party May 15th. By then, hopefully we'll be even more bigger, like maybe 150K. Help us get there. Subscribe and like the video, guys. And then what else? What else can we shamelessly plug? Merchandise. Get the t-shirts, guys. Fresh and Fit. And also make sure to subscribe to Abba and Preach's YouTube channel if you guys have not already. Okay? But without further ado, let's turn it to the guests of honor, man.
So, man, I am so happy that you guys are here, man. Honestly.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We love your content. We love you guys. But now we got to find out for the audience as well. Can you tell them who you are and what you do? Because I know some people may not know who you are. I know we do, but they might not. So
word. Yeah. So me and Preach, we run a YouTube channel. We also do stand-up comedy, so we tour around, and that's our full-time work. So you guys can find us at Abba and Preach. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We just do commentary. We talk about random stuff. Sometimes just funny shit. Sometimes it's topics related to dating, marriage, things like that, and that pretty much covers it.
Yeah. How do you guys meet, man? Because I know we met through Instagram. How do you guys meet?
Oh, Preach, you can tell them.
Yeah, well, I can tell them. Basically, I'm a dancer. Abba is a dancer. I'm the dance teacher.
Hold up. I'm in Miami, so they hear dance, so they might get the wrong idea. Street dance.
Okay.
Yeah. So
street dance. Motherfuckers. Yeah. We street dance.
Yeah, maybe not as corny as that. Yeah, close.
You know what I'm saying?
We street dance. We social dance. You know, salsa, bachata, merengue, all that. You know. So, and basically, I'm the go-to guy when it comes to hosting events and battles in Montreal, basically. And so I host a lot of the battles that we have in Montreal, the dance battles we have in Montreal. And Abba happens to film a lot of those events. He used to film a lot of those events, either filming, doing the recap, or even participating in those events. So we met there. I asked them to film one of my work, and he asked me after that to do one of his. And then we you know, when we were doing his work, I asked him if he wanted to film some of the videos that I wanted to put on YouTube. I wanted to start the YouTube game, right? And I said, I could film you. You could film me. You edit, you film, I pay you, and that's going to be that. And he said, no, I ain't going to do that shit. I ain't gonna do that because what we could do is I want to do videos as well. We could put our heads together and do it together. So we did one video, then another one, and then the rest is history.
So no, that's awesome. Preach real quick. We got some messages in the chat saying that it's only coming out the left-hand side. The sound on your end.
Yeah.
So
just hit the dual button instead of the or hit the mono one, whichever one. It's on the Scarlet. But yeah, so essentially what ended up happening is that if you guys remember, one of the first videos I had that went viral, this is when I was still working solo. One of the first ones I did was a video on Haidism. I talked about how like women discriminate against short men and they're very comfortable doing it.
Facts.
But then if you ask the woman about her weight, she fucking loses her mind.
Exactly.
You know what I
She's
mean?
gonna be like,
How dare
how
you?
dare you? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So it's one of like the first, like I wrote a script for it. I interviewed a bunch of ladies and I'm like, how do you guys feel about a man's height? They're like, it's unacceptable if he's shorter than me. I'm like, cool. I'm like, what if a dude asks you about your weight? And all the ladies on camera they froze and they freaked out. You can't ask a girl that. And so it ended up being a funny video and they got like 3 million views. But Preach is one of the people I featured on that. And then after we were done filming, I was like, yo, you want to get into this? So we just started working for that.
Okay,
awesome,
so it was
man.
originally your channel, and then you were asking like, I guess, thought-provoking questions.
Exactly.
And then you guys just that's kind of how we did it.
Yeah.
Because this channel started as a fitness channel with us, and then we started doing the StreamYard thing similar to this, where we both live in the Brickell area, so he was right down the street from me. So we were doing the StreamYard thing and talking about dating, whatever it may be, here in Miami. Started growing pretty quick. People enjoyed the content, because we're out here in the field. And then we said, you know what? Let's go all the way with this and get a podcast studio, and now we're here. Yeah. So that's pretty awesome, man. Combining forces and expanding the growth, man. So that's great.
Powerful.
Yeah. You know, the benefit of like working in twos oftentimes is just you get to bounce your ideas off somebody.
Facts.
Yes.
Even if you're good solo, like I could certainly do a lot solo. Having someone who can reverberate your ideas and then force you to think deeper into it, and then also build off of it, helps you kind of elevate your game. So
and splitting up the work, man.
Yeah.
Like, yo, shout out to guys that do their own stuff. But bro, like we would not have grown this quick if it weren't for Chris in the back, Trey in the back, Tom, our YouTube guy in the back also right now. It's just like you need a team. So like if you can at least get one partner to help you and divvy up the work, it makes it so much better, man. Because then you can focus on other things.
Each person has a strength. So for example, he's good at speaking. I'm better at marketing, behind the scenes. So we all play a part in this whole YouTube game basically. So it works out.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man.
Cool.
That's awesome. So
Okay.
Super chat.
First one. Super chat.
Super chat real
Okay. Love me like I'm dead. Big ups to my G's from Canada and more life and
More life, more love.
Oh, more. Okay, cool. I'm blind, guys. I got to put my glasses on.
There you go.
Anything else, Fresh?
No, we good.
So
No,
real
caught up.
quick, someone brought this up in the chat earlier. I got to say it. Have you heard about the Boondocks lookalike?
We had like a picture on our Instagram. That's one of the very first things. Everyone used to make the comparison because I used to have a big fro, and so everyone used to be like, "Oh, Huey and Riley" and all that stuff. Because Preach is high energy and very like just no filter, and then me, I would be more of the poised one. So we've heard that reference a few times.
Gotcha. Okay, let's have to put that in there. Okay, we got another super chat here. H4 Naveen, $50 says, "Shout out to Abba and Preach, amazing duo. Also, congrats to Fresh and Fit fam for all the success. Keep moving forward, guys. You all are an inspiration to men. Also, please start a how to exercise demon chicks program. I'm standing in line. Hashtag head passion tray."
Yo,
oh man,
real talk, guys. You think I'm kidding around? There's we got holy water. I think it just got delivered. Actually, we might show it to you guys on the air.
Yo.
But I literally got holy water for Trey.
did you see this video I sent you?
Yeah, I saw it.
That was crazy, right?
It was. Can I ask, when you bring these ladies on, like how do y'all filter them out? How do you even smell the crazy before it comes on?
Bro.
Like you can't see it all the time.
Like, here's the thing. So for the guys out there, we're very transparent. We have there's 4 of us guys sourcing girls at all times.
Yeah.
Right. We got 2 homeboys, and then me and Fresh do it. So as you guys know, women are very fickle and flaky, whatever it may be. So we really have to work hard to like overbook chicks a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So what happens is sometimes we'll overbook and more show up. Then other times the girls just flake, or like, all right, whatever it is, what it is. But a lot of the times, the crazies, 9 out of 10 times, is we didn't recruit them. It's our boys.
Yeah. And then add it to that as well, right? Let's say one flakes. They'll bring a friend. Or no, let's say one flakes, right? We'll say, "Hey, girl, could you bring a friend?"
Yeah.
They'll bring a friend, and she's crazy. And it's like, "Oh, crap. We didn't know she was like this crazy."
Yeah.
So it just happens that way.
I would say for every 5 girls we bring in, I'm going to have to kick out like 1.
Yeah.
There's a 20% Frank Castle rate, I would say.
Yeah. Well, watching that exorcism yesterday, it didn't seem like she really wanted her shoes. It just sounded like she was cheesed that she was getting kicked out. So she's like, "I want to win somehow."
Yes. Facts.
It was just really like, you're not going to throw me out. If I leave, it's because I wanted to.
On her terms.
Yeah. It was just that. It was
just and just to touch on that, like it goes to, and I want to get your take on this too.
Yeah, go
we
for
talk
it.
about on this show all the time, man. Keeping it in stack. Like a lot of these girls are not held accountable for their actions, bro. Like they're just not. I don't know what it's like in Canada, but here in the United States, men typically tend to serve 66% more time in prison. Men are always held accountable for their mistakes. Women, a lot of the time, especially if she's pretty, they're able to get away with like anything. So it's like, and like the fact that this girl was committing a crime in 1080 on stream,
4K.
right? Basically, trespassing after we told her multiple times to leave. Like, bro, and she didn't care. It is what it is. Like, a lot of women, I always say, live in a bizarre world. Not all, but a lot of them are not used to being held accountable. You know what I'm saying? So we looked at it like, you know what? Instead of calling the cops, let's clown this chick and make her look stupid. You know what I'm saying? And it ended up being hilarious because she just sat there with 6,000 people live, just laughing at her, and our boy Trey doing an exorcism on camera and all that other stuff.
I rebuke you.
But you know what? If I got to say something, it's actually worse in Canada.
Oh, for real?
Bro, I've heard. Go ahead, please.
Then worse in Canada would be like it's bizarre in Canada. Let's put it that way, because like I feel like they woke here. You know what I mean? They woke and they've always been a little bit behind from the States, and you have to understand where I'm coming from. I have cousins from the States. I have cousins from New York. I got cousins, all over. So every time when I was growing up, everything was always 10 years to 15 years bizarre. Mind you, just to give you an example, sometimes we're 40 years behind. In Montreal right now, there's no hip hop. There's no hip hop radio station.
What?
So that's just, I said what I said. So that's just for one side. And then after that, you have this woke thing that sometimes is really another level. So whenever you talk about those issues with women, they really try to silence you. Like they try to silence you back about 5 to 6 years ago in the US whenever you try to talk loud about it.
Yeah. Honestly, man, like I dated a lot of Canadian girls, like mainly from Toronto, right? And I don't know why, but they are super liberal, but at the same time, it's super easy. Like, I don't know why, bro, but like, I love it. Anyhow,
I think it goes together because being liberal goes with being easy. You're liberal. You're not conservative. You're not. It goes, and it's that's you said you dated girls from Toronto.
Yeah.
In Quebec, I would say that it's even girls are easier going because it goes hand in hand. You're more liberal. You're more free.
I gotta ask because I lost my virginity to a girl from Vancouver. She in Barbados, right, on vacation. She saw me. Was like, I want that, and she literally took it from me, right? But in Vancouver, is it like the same way too? I don't know why.
Okay. I'm gonna explain to you the joke.
That is mine.
I didn't know what was happening. I was a kid, bro.
You got great.
I was a kid, bro. She destroyed me, bro. Anyhow, but yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why, bro. But shout out to Canada people, bro. I love you guys, man.
But you have to understand. What were you saying, Abba?
Yeah, I lived all over. I lived in the States. I lived in Canada. I've lived in Europe for a portion of my life, even in Ethiopia. And it's like you notice difference, even in America, man. Yeah. Being in LA is different than being than dating in New York than probably is dating in Florida. I imagine there's huge differences. So of course the political leanings, how open people are is going to change the way the dating game feels. But what I would say is like as far as Canada goes, there's grades. And the thing is like, yo, I'll be honest with you, I'll keep it a buck. It's like, yo, American men are far more aggressive than Canadian men, right? So like you'll have like Canadian women who go to Caravana in the States or some shit like that, or like American men who'll go to Caravana in Toronto, right? And those guys clean up because Canadian dudes are on the sidelines just being timid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Come in like, and the girls are like, oh man, it's nice to be chased every now and then. So it's a difference.
But even not even being aggressive, people from the States have a different MO. You understand what I'm saying? They have a different way of, even when they're not aggressive, they got better game than guys in Canada. Guys in Canada, they have no they got no game. So whenever the guys from the States, they come up and they go to clubs and they be like, hey, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm just with a couple of my friends here. I got a bottle. I just wanted to know if you wanted to join us. And the Americans, they just really want to drink.
Yeah, so I'll say this real quick because we get a lot of support from Canada, like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a couple of Canadian pages that mess with us and repost our stuff.
Actually, do you know Real Toronto News?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're always
reposting us, and shout out to them. But like, we get a lot of support from Canada, and basically the way they say it is like, bro, the women here are atrocious. As far as like the entitlement, the womanism is strong out there, all that other stuff. So
and then the women say that the men in Canada are
trash too. They say that they're soft. They say that they're soft all the time. Yeah,
that's what we hear from the women that come over here.
Yeah, facts. They always complain. Oh, the guys are soft. They don't make moves, whatever it may be, or they are too nice or
Hold
whatever.
on.
Yeah.
Do you guys know chromas?
No.
Okay. Do you guys know a chair girl? The girl in Canada that threw a chair over the balcony?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, I dated a girl that is friends with them, right? And this supposed to be like the baddest chicks in Canada, the most popular, whatever. She's a rapper, whatever. And I'm like, yo,
Who?
Is this a chromas? And if this is an example of like Canadian chicks, bro, I'm like, yo, this is crazy, bro. Because she's like the ultimate thought. Anyhow, go ahead.
No, listen. If anyone calls himself the baddest chick in Canada, she doesn't represent. Canadians are much more low key about this shit. It's not like out here. It's not like out here where like just hanging out on Instagram and everything's wild. You know what I'm saying? It's a different game.
Who wants to be the baddest chick in Canada? Who?
Yeah, that just sounds like advertisement.
I'm just who?
No.
We don't go for Canada. We go for the world.
There you go.
Because
There you go.
I like
the
that.
baddest chick in Canada.
That's like being number one at the Special Olympics. So anyway,
Super chat.
so the super chat. We got, Corey Hall, $50. I watch both y'all channel. I appreciate how y'all making a difference. Keep up the good work, gentlemen. We all learn the more the world push and more we grow.
Thank you,
Hey,
brother.
man, yo,
Okay.
I appreciate you correcting his mistake. He definitely wrote. I appreciate y'all
Yeah.
make the difference.
Yeah.
And you auto corrected that shit. But no, I appreciate.
Yeah,
They don't pay you enough to do that shit.
I read so many super chats. I'm like, all right, I know what you mean. I'm gonna just autocorrect.
I just don't know how these men put $50 in a super chat and couldn't write a sentence properly. I wonder like it was a paragraph or an essay.
we love y'all, okay?
Yeah, we love you guys.
Shout out James, by the way.
Man, I love you too. That's why I'm trying to help you learn how to spell, nigga. That's what you doing.
Any other super chat?
Yeah.
Brisk Clown, $50. Abba and Preach legendary. I still love the video where the guy was talking about how bad he looked, plus how the girl was treating him. Great content. Congrats to
yes.
Fresh and Fit. The grind never stops. Absolutely.
Thank you, brother.
And then,
Hold on. You missed one at 20, Chris.
At 20?
Yeah, Mark Gill.
Mark Hill, $20. My guys, Fresh and Fit, always keeping it real, supporting you guys whenever I can. Keep doing the good work and getting the word out. Mad love for you, my brothers. Love from your UK fan base. Yeah, bro. Like
Shout
UK and Canada
UK,
mess with us heavy. Australia,
That's awesome.
New Zealand.
Yo, show him some extra love. 20 pounds from Great Britain. That's
Yeah,
like
that is-
$30, nigga. That's money.
Yeah, that's some quid right
Thank you,
there.
brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, no, but I've noticed that people really mess with us. Anywhere
Yeah.
where womanism is strong,
Yes.
if it's a strong womanism
Australia,
country,
Canada,
Netherlands,
Netherlands.
Western Europe in general, they're like, we love Fresh and Fit because we say things like, yo, punish bad
keep
behavior.
Real.
When these chicks are out here trying to flake, or I'm out here telling chicks when they disrespect on the show, I'll just be like, yo, listen, I'm tired of this shit. It's Fresh and Fit, bitch. Bam! Get out of here.
Hey, man, leaving on me.
Okay, so we got MC204, $10. Shout out to Abba and Preach from your Canadian fans, and shout out to my boy Tommy for putting me onto both Fresh and Fit and AP. Thank you so much.
All right.
Shout out to Overdose in the house. He knows our pain with dealing with chicks for content.
Yeah, he's a channel that reacts as well.
Abba and Preach, how do you feel about RP as a whole and the creators in the community? Shout out to Fresh and Fit. I might pull up with the 100 chicks at the 100K party. What's your take on this, guys?
Yeah.
I would get to the question, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, we can jump on it. We can jump on it right now.
Go ahead.
So here's the thing, right? Historically, so I came into what people consider red pill material back in 2000. I was like 2006.
Oh, damn.
2006.
Oh, so you knew.
Yeah,
You've
because
been
at the
on it for a
time
minute.
it wasn't. At the time, at its inception, it wasn't called red pill material,
Mm.
right? Before, it was just guys like Patrice O'Neal on podcasts. It was people like from like the pickup artistry game who were just dropping game. They didn't necessarily call it red pill. They didn't have a name for the community. It's like either pickup artistry or niggas game. Like that's what it didn't have a name or people who had like a community per se. And so when I was watching this stuff, for me, it was just ways to learn how to pick up and to attract women. Like I didn't understand how to talk to ladies. I didn't understand how to prioritize myself. I didn't understand none of these concepts.
Yeah.
So it didn't have a flag. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's only later on when I circled back around later that I started hearing about the red pill community. And I'm like, oh, they're saying a lot of the same stuff that I was hearing back in 2006, 2005, when I was like a 15-year-old, starting to go into clubs a little bit.
Damn.
So when I came back the second time around, I'm like, cool, let me listen. And the thing is,
Are you 30 or?
I turned 30.
Okay. So
I'm turning 31 into the month.
Okay, yeah. So we're the same. 1990. I'm
Yeah,
31
yeah,
as well.
exactly,
I just
yeah.
turned 31. Okay.
So we're at same age.
There
So
you go. Oh, wait. Also, you're both scared of heights.
this guy wants to drop that in there. I'm mad at that's true.
Do I gotta put on the chef hat, man, and roast this dude right now, bro?
Don't roast
Yeah.
me. This is their
I'm
show.
roast. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
You safe now, bro. Go ahead, Abba.
So when I circle back around, maybe you guys get this.
Yeah.
You ever have people give you advice and you can tell that they're repeating the right things, but they don't really know how to apply it to their own life? They're just repeating what they've heard.
Facts.
Yes.
100 times.
Okay.
Yes.
And if we're going to be honest with ourselves, there's a bunch of people in the community who just repeat what they heard.
Yes.
Okay.
They're not in the game at all.
And there's a problem with that because when they try to apply it to different situations, you understand how some of this advice is not applicable. And you understand that they don't understand the nuance of what it is that they're saying.
Yeah.
I can say what I say because I've been in the field and I've approached a lot of women. If you grew up in my time, you used to go up to ladies and you give them a Sharpie, they try to write on you. You used to do those corny ass games.
Facts.
I did all that corny shit, right?
Mhm.
And so if I talk about rejection, if I talk about dating, if I talk about picking up, it's because I did it. I'm not just saying stuff that I read in a book and then I regurgitate.
Right.
And so sometimes when I'm seeing like this is misapplied, like what you're doing, it resembles game because it's peacocking or whatever. But what it really is, it just comes from a place of deep insecurity. You know, you get to a place where you're comfortable enough in game where a lot of the theories that you learned at the beginning, you don't necessarily have to emphasize so much because you're comfortable in who you are. So when I watch a lot of this stuff, I'm like, you have a long way to go before you can really be up here talking about this stuff because it looks like the blind leading the blind. You feel what I'm saying?
I think one of the biggest mistakes is people treat game as it's black and white when it's really not.
It's not,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's because there's there's hard fast rules. You know what I'm saying? Like don't let her take lead, whatever it may be. But there's going to be different situations, different caliber of girls. The game fluctuates depending on what you're doing, the social situation, how you met the girl, all this stuff.
Your city where you're from.
Which is why so many guys struggle with women because they try to apply a black and white mindset to dealing with women. And unfortunately, guys, dealing with women doesn't make sense. It's not logical. It's the one thing that men have to kind of traverse that is not logical. You know, when we talk about money, becoming successful, whatever, everything has kind of like a straight line, right? A linear line going up like this. When it's chicks, it's like, oh man,
there's no hand.
basically I'm pop locking like preaching. I'm like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like what's going on? But that's what it is when you deal with women. So like a lot of guys take the theory, just like you're saying, and they don't necessarily they understand it, but they don't understand it to a deep level where they can make modifications and adapt to a living, breathing or interaction with a woman. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you guys a perfect example, right? Let's say you're at a nightclub, right? Typically, they tell you, hey, you got to approach the entire group, engage them all so that the mother hen doesn't get mad at you. But if you go in and you just talk and you're smart enough to realize, oh, it's like 10 girls, they're kind of compartmentalized. I can approach my girl only, talk to her for a bit, then have her introduce me to the girl immediately to her left and right, and then get into it versus addressing the entire group like you've been taught back in the day with PUAs. So you got to be able to like make adaptations based on the current time, real time, based on the environment. So I think that's why it's so important to not just know the theory, but you got to understand the theory and be able to like make adaptations.
Yep. And Preach, what you got chime in on this one?
Yeah, what's your thoughts?
Well, the thing that happened is that community, I encountered that in community again, like Abba, it wasn't called that. I went to a candy store and the clerk that was there was reading a book and he was reading the game, How to Enter the Secret Society of a Pickup Artist. That's pretty much what it was. And that was 2005. Yeah, 2004, 2005. So I read that book. I read other books that was connected to that was written by Neil Strauss. And I was able to apply that was in the book in different aspects of my life. Now, into meeting people, getting jobs and stuff like that. So I was applying that everywhere. Now, I wasn't taking the book as a Bible because, or maybe should I say I was taking the book as a Bible because there's a lot of things that I left out from the book. And I was like, this is good. This I'm not necessarily going to do because that's weird and stuff like that. So there's always, like you said, there's some gray areas in that in that book and in that environment. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. You have to. It's not all black. It's not all white. Yeah. And that's why sometimes whenever people are saying sometimes we see something and they're like, yeah, Abba and Preach or Red Pill, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not. I don't consider myself Red Pill. I'm more nuanced. There's some things that I don't agree with Red Pill, which is fine, it's okay. It's their thing. But I'm not gonna go as far as that deep into that thing.
I'm gonna go all the way in.
I'm gonna say this. We've been covering topics in regards to like men's well-being, men's issues, dating, like since 2016. Yeah. Right? And at the time, I didn't even know about the Red Pill community and people who made content. Like I was unaware. This was just stuff that concerned me because I'm like, this is worth talking about. I got videos is you can look up. This is in the video history where you can look up. Like I've been talking about how women act wild and no one holds them accountable. This is not a new thing for me. I've been doing this for 4 or 5 years, right? Like my very first video that popped off was literally about that very thing, right? So, for me, it wasn't a matter of community. This is just like, yo, this is how the world should be in regards to like, yo, hold yourselves accountable. If you're gonna act wild, don't be surprised when you get smacked too, because men have to understand that reality, right? So these are principles I lived by for a long time. So then I stumble upon the red pill community, and now there's a title, there's an umbrella for folks. I'm not mad at it. I think it's good that folks who share certain views can congregate and get into that. But we also have to be ready to acknowledge that there's folks who also look terrible. Yeah. And so that's all it really comes down to. But if you look at my stuff, you'll probably find a whole bunch of views that overlap with yours. And it's not that hard to find.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad because when you made those videos recently, right? People are saying, oh, he's not taking our niche and making videos, but you're doing it way before then. So this is just natural for you.
I mean, the upload dates don't lie. So, you know what I mean? If anyone says I'm jumping on a bandwagon, I'm like, what bandwagon? Before this pandemic, people try to cancel me so many times.
Yep.
For videos that we made that would be quote unquote red
especially
pill.
up in Canada.
Yeah. Oh, bro. You know, you push back on anything, and motherfuckers out there will try to get rid of you. So,
death threats.
Y'all like jumping on a bandwagon because I'm like, bruh.
Right.
You know, for us, it's just our values, and we've been consistent with it, and nobody can say otherwise because our history is online for you to document and to watch. There's been certain evolutions in regards to certain views because I've grown as a man. You know, going from 25 to 30, you're going to acknowledge this. You change.
Absolutely.
You change. I don't view marriage the same way. I don't view building a legacy and having children the same way. This is a completely different ballgame. But also, my context was different than yours. Listen, women here in America are very different than women in Canada, than women in Europe, than women in Africa. Right? So the principles that we say here, when I'm talking about ladies, I'm talking about ladies oftentimes on a more global context. It changes when you go to different places. It's not always the same, especially their views on monogamy and certain relationship aspects. So is there change from when we first started? Of course, but that's natural for evolution. I'm not thinking about, taking care of my community, taking care of people around me. I don't have the same mindset when I was a bachelor trying to fuck around, So that's just some of the natural evolution that comes. But people see that change. They're like, oh, you're selling out. I was like, nah, brother, man. I just have a different goal now in life, and I have to think differently.
Bam. Bomb drop.
No, yeah. You got to adapt to the times, man. Just like, it's important to understand the theory and know it, but you got to apply it to like real time events, right? Okay. They're okay. Let's. And we already got 4,000 some live viewers, guys. Like the video.
20 and up after these. 20 and up only.
Okay, so all right, so we got
is it Verdanic? No.
Wad MD.
Yeah.
$50 shout out to Abba and Preach. Thanks for the collab. F&F. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Chili Bean. Hard work plus strategy plus consistency equals results. Abba and Preach did this. Fresh and Fit doing this. We see and taking notes. Congrats on 100,000.
We all work very hard at our craft, guys. This is a real.
YouTube is a grind, bro. There's a reason why these chicks that have 1 million followers on Instagram showing their butt with a blue check still don't get no clout on YouTube. It actually takes work and personality. Jock, $20. I would never have thought this collab would ever happen. Great content from both channels. Congrats on y'all. Continued success. By the way, it's weird hearing y'all laugh without the floor squeaking.
Oh yeah, he's talking about
it. Frank's $10. This is why I learned game from American. Shout out to Fresh and
Frank
Fit.
is one of
Thank you, Frank.
our supporters. He's there in Canada as well.
Danielle Lacey. Daniel, okay, a dream I never realized I had. Thank you all for this. Thank you so much.
That's a chick, bro.
Yeah,
Danielle.
Danielle.
Okay.
Danielle.
Well, thank you, Danielle.
What's up, Danielle?
Why'd y'all say that so surprised? Like you didn't know women donated to the show.
You know what's funny? Like maybe like what 2% women watching? And I was like, it's like 20%.
Yeah.
So it's growing because I guess
it's between 5 to 10. So
it's growing now.
But here's the thing: the girls that follow us, I've noticed, they're all either married or in a long-term relationship with the guy, and they watch the show together, and they're like, "Yep, they're speaking the truth."
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
But they're more, women are starting, like, they understand more and more. We have women, like, okay, the amount of women that was following us in percentage fluctuated with throughout the years, right?
Yeah.
But now we have more women that are following us as well, and they're like, "I see what you're saying," and you're right. A lot of them watch what we're saying with their significant other, and they discuss with that, and that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think women are slowly starting to wake up and realize that what society has told them about how to lock down a guy is kind of wrong. But some of them are accepting it. That's why they're calling it a Kevin Samuels show at 11 p.m. at night. Can I get a high volume guy? I'm 300 pounds and I got 3 kids. So they're quickly starting to realize that, yo, man, you actually have to still put in work, because I'm just gonna say it. I know this is gonna be controversial, but I'm gonna say it. A lot of women think that they don't need to self-improve to get a man that they want. You know what I mean? Men understand this from birth and childhood that we need to self-improve to get women that we want. We got to get our money up, get in shape, elevate our status. We must create our value. A lot of women think, well, a lot of women are born with value, but they don't understand that they have to maintain that value as well. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. They think they can still get a guy just because they got, a vagina, and it doesn't work that way.
And also they confuse attraction to long-term.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Dudes that are hitting up on Instagram, they think, I got like 100 dudes in my DMs.
They just want to smash.
Nah, stupid. They just want to smash. So, okay, let's continue on with the super chats and see here. Okay, Corey Hall, $50. I watch both y'all channels. I appreciate how y'all making a difference. Keep up the good work, gentlemen. We all learn the more.
It's the same guy from earlier. We read the same one. I know because he made the same mistake. So either this man's lost in life and he can't spell difference, or you read the same.
Okay, WRYDDA, $5. Abba and Preach getting the RP itch. Okay. Jabrizi Magic, by the way. Shout out to Jabrizi.
Our boy Jabrizi.
Great to see you four in the same room. Well, at least three of you. Thank you, Jabrizi. Guys, go subscribe to his YouTube channel, guys.
Yeah, facts.
That's one of our boys. Daniel Regagna, $10. Shout out to Fresh and Fit, number one dating podcast. Abba, can you please explain to Fresh Fit who Skippy is? Much love from Ontario.
Who's Skippy?
Skippy needs the red pill. He needs the purple pill. He needs every pill. Skippy has his own pill. It's like a level of virginity that is so crazy. It just absorbs. Like, you ever see, like, as if there was a black hole pill, that would be Skippy's pill. That man.
This guy is, man.
He needs all the gods. Jesus, Jehovah. Yeah. But anyways, we cover some of his videos, and you watch him because he records himself in the field fucking up. And like, I've never seen a man like one thing he has that a lot of versions, he has tenacity. He does not give up. But the problem is he does the same thing. He just keeps banging his head into the wall. I'm like, at some point you got to open the door to the left. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you ever want to see infield footage of a man cock blocking himself, this man gave a girl a rape whistle with his name on it as a gift on the first date. See what I'm saying? How crazy it gets worse from there.
That is cringe. Yo, real quick, Abba, Preach. Have you watched the show Keys to the City?
No, I got keys to the VIP, but not keys to the city. Keys to the VIP.
No.
Okay. I was like, yo, you talking about that? Yeah, that show was shot in Toronto.
Yeah,
I used to watch that shit for game.
You watch it, bro?
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, they used to it was a show where they would pit two pickup artists against each other. They would send them in the field to a nightclub. There would be judges and a bunch of cameras everywhere.
Yes.
And they would give these guys challenges. So go pick up a girl without using any words, pick up a girl while dancing. You have 1 minute to pick up a girl. There were some guys who were hilarious, guys who were terrible. But that was one of the very first shows. It lasted 2 seasons. They got canceled.
Yeah, they got canceled real quick.
They felt it was misogynistic.
That show was amazing, guys.
Of course it's misogynistic, but if a girl takes you out on a foodie date and just kills your wallet, you know what I'm saying, and doesn't give you nothing, it's completely socially acceptable. RB Mike, $50. Here's a portion of my daily show contribution. I'll put in some more later tonight. When you guys finally get some female security, we will be able to see in real time whether or not you can actually pay women to hold other women accountable. Yeah, we need to get female security, right? On cap. Island Vision Aries, guys. If women are interested in becoming Fresh and Fit security,
let us know.
DM us on Instagram, Fresh and Fit Miami. Girls in the South Florida area, hit us up. That can mess a chick up.
Hopefully you can fight.
Seriously. Island Vision Aries, $20. Married woman here. I follow Abba and Preach and Fresh and Fit. Love the collab.
Oh, wow. Thank you. There you
she
go.
has receipts. That is just like we always say, men need to show receipts. Like, hey, how many girls can you get? A woman that shows receipts, I have a guy that's committed to me.
You know what's the problem here? Women think that being submissive is a bad thing. It's not. To the right man, it makes sense.
Yep.
But, I want to be a boss baby, this and that. All right. Be single with cats and dogs. And dog food.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And Dito Gamer, $50. Sac, please. Sac passe?
Sac passe. Is that Creole? Preach?
Yes, it is.
Okay, there you go.
Ça va fait, mon cher, tout le en forme. Yes, nous là, mon cher, nous pas un choix. Et la représenté 509 zoyo qui là dans Montréal, Miami, et Boston, New York. Vous comprenez pas, yo? Boom! Nous là, mon cher, nous là. I got
shit. That was fire. I don't know what he said, but
I don't know what he said either, but it sounded cool.
Sacrifice. That's all I know.
Content from both channels. Please don't talk about Skippy.
We won't.
Diego Osario, $20. Rollo Tomasi made a breakdown, critical but respectful, of Abba and Preach's take on Chris Della's big apology to the womanist mob for sleeping around when he became successful. WLD love. I think he means would love to see them collab, respond and collab with Rollo.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
We'll see.
I don't. I'm not aware of that. So
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is.
But I mean, that's just weird because people
Whoa,
sometimes
we got
want
a
to.
500. Nah, bro. We got a 500. Everyone stop the press. All right, we gonna show some love to Black Lemur 2009. I'm gonna read this one out.
Go ahead.
Awesome collaboration. My most memorable
Jesus
video from
Christ.
Abba and Preach was the reaction to the pink hair girl on Jubilee. She has an OnlyFans now. Yo, this guy put a bunch of emojis. Yo, shout out to you. I appreciate that.
Yo, Black Lemur again.
Yo, Black Lemur, bro.
Black
Thank
Lemur,
you so
bro.
much for the
Yeah,
support,
man.
bro.
Thank you,
You
man.
single-handedly
Funded.
funded the kick-out cam. Can we hit camera 8 real quick?
Show them
Show them
camera.
that kick-out
Well,
cam.
it's
baby.
off right now, but
Come on.
Trey, turn on, please.
Yo, but turn it on real quick. But I just want to give a quick shout out to Black Lemur.
Yes.
Just push the button down. But guys, if it wasn't for Black Lemur,
Yep.
we would have, and Red, RP Mike, Theo, all the guys that donate all the big
James
super chats,
Burnett,
James
Lil Matt.
Burnett, we wouldn't have that kick-out cam and we wouldn't have the stripper cam right there.
Yep.
So
And
guys,
also the poll here as well.
yeah,
Bailout.
seriously.
AJ Bailout.
AJ Belloc, man. So, guys, thank you so much for the support. And Black Lemur, we love you, bro. Oh, and yo, hit us up on Instagram, by the way,
Come
or,
to the
or
party,
email. So you can come to the party, bro. We got you. And there we go. That is the kick out cam,
That's it right
gentlemen.
there.
You could see Trey and Chris in the back, in the cut, doing what they do. Okay.
By the way, Abba, just so you know, I'm saying on camera, we're gonna kidnap you and take you to the party. There you go.
That's a big crime. He's a Canadian, bro. That's gonna be like an international crime.
Oh, I didn't say that.
we have to watch out, guys.
Okay, well then, generic $20. Shout out to Fresh and Fit entire crew for making this collab really a reality. #respect Abba Preach HTCA. Question for Abba: biggest lesson you learned from your live dating series?
Oh, okay. So I set up these things where so a lot of guys, man, you'd be shocked how many dudes are like, the percentage of virginity is crazy out there. Dudes who never go on dates or don't know how to talk to ladies.
we know.
So sometimes I just tell dudes like, yo, sometimes you talk to ladies. Generally, they like when you ask them a bunch of questions. You know, you have that same experience when you're on a date with a girl, right? Like if you ask them questions, they get to talk about themselves and they'll leave that date feeling, one, you're mysterious, and two, that you care or you're invested or you're interested. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So essentially during that experience, I basically set up some things where I pick random women. I'm like, listen, we'll just do a chat. And for me, it wasn't a lesson for me, but it helped out a lot of guys. So that was what I took away from it.
Just to see how you talk to a normal person. There's some people that don't know how to have conversation with people they're attracted to. They freeze up and they're just like, so do you like, yeah, they don't know how to act.
So yeah, just gave him an example. So what's going on with these masks?
No, shit. Hey, we got 4,900. I can't see. 4,921 of you niggas in here. Yeah. Like the goddamn video, you ninja watchers. You ninja watchers, I was looking at the YouTube numbers, and over 55% of you guys don't like the video. You fucking ninja watchers, this shit pissing me off. You gotta make threats right now. Right now. Like the video, sub to the channel, sub to Abba and Preach. Yeah, and right now, guys, do it right now. Do it not. We're gonna see my feet. You're gonna see my feet right now.
No, don't do it. We have guests in house.
Like the video.
We have guests in house.
Yo, we gotta make threats. What are we gonna do to them? If they don't like the video. Right now, you're gonna see my feet and you're gonna smell them.
No.
We do got guests right now. Don't do it. All right. How many likes we got right now?
We got about 2.7K likes.
Oh, hell no! You don't like the video right now. You fucking ninja watchers. This is that shit. 500 likes. And I can't breathe in this mask right now. This sucks. You guys gotta like the goddamn video right now. I'm right now.
All right, Ninja out.
Oh, Ninja out. What? Oh, I think we gotta go now.
Advantage.
No, get out of here. Tell me like the video right now.
Oh, y'all got ninja segments? That shit's dope. Date bayo.
Get the likes out.
Hey man, I'm a big fan of Ninja Scroll. Let's go.
Nigga, I'm see, that's the thing. I
was confused because Preach was talking, and I was just like, "Am I missing something? Is this a setup I wasn't aware of?"
Look at kidnaps.
Guys, like the video, please.
Abba Preach. Wait, was that funny or was that crazy?
No, it was a
Preach, what's your thought?
corny.
I didn't know I was.
Maybe it's a segment that I'm not aware of.
Wow, you should have rehearsed that thing. Hey, a little bit shaky. I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what the fuck what was that?
We got to come up with better threats because people don't like the video.
Yeah,
we got a lot of ninja watchers.
We need to get the likes up.
But anyway, what's the next question?
Okay. No, wait. Let's one.
God damn, y'all got so many donations today.
All right, so
man.
20 and up, guys. 20
Okay,
and
yeah,
up.
guys, we're gonna read and at
20
this
and
point,
up only.
yeah, 20 and up only, and then from there 50 and up because we want to go back to the
Get the
interview.
show.
I'll read 3 more super chats, and we're gonna get to the next question.
Cool.
Okay, Nathaniel Naranjo, congrats on 100K. You guys put in the work and earned it. Here's my contribution to the security fund. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
EJJ, $20. Most girls in Canada are more conservative than in America due to the fact most people our age are first generations and they have a sense of their culture, usually coming from a 2-parent household, and marriage was a priority. Okay. And then we got Italian Stallion, Toronto backs Fresh and Fit, Abba and Preach. All 4 of you have been a great influence on my mindset. Thanks a ton. So you got the next question, Fresh?
Cool. Yes. So, guys, on a panel for our late night shows, right? A lot of girls come in and they say, for example, oh, I want a relationship where I'm equal to my man. And we say all the time on the show, men and women are not equal. So what are your thoughts on them being equal in terms of like relationships, life? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
When you say they're not equal, what do you mean?
Just like roles. Like, for example, men have different roles in a relationship. They have different roles. But to them, it's like, okay, if I don't have a partnership, then I'm not happy. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Preach, why don't you go ahead?
He's like, what's
We're just gonna act like there was not 2 ninjas right there screaming at each other. We're gonna act like that shit didn't happen. Is that what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to by the way, Preach. So what do you think about? We're just gonna act like this shit didn't happen. Is that what we're gonna do, niggas? We're gonna act like I was not talking, and then 2 ninjas started to scream at each other and ran out. Is that what we're doing? And
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
The fuck was that? Oh man! So you got me fucked up.
So to bring it back to your question, man. So you guys feel like basically the man is above and the woman is below, and that's the natural order of things, and it works.
Not above. He's just in a leadership position, but they're not. It's not like it's more like the man has to be the leader, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's better than the woman. It's just that he has a different role than she does.
Okay, but I mean, if you say equal but different, I mean, I probably agree with that. Like, you know, we have this principle, right? Like, for example, salsa dancing. Yeah. Right. One person has to lead and one person has to follow. Why is that? Because if you try to dance and do a partner dance and both people are trying to lead, it gets discombobulated. The signals are all fucked up. It doesn't work. Exactly. It looks clunky on the floor, right? Yeah. And the great thing about partner dancing is like everyone has to know their role because it doesn't work without it. Yes. And a man leading doesn't mean that the woman doesn't get to shine. In fact, a man's job is generally to frame the woman so that she looks at her best, right? But we support, right? But then at the same time, they follow. They understand to follow the cues. It doesn't matter where we go, they go with it. And it works really well. And I feel like within a relationship, having defined roles like that is not an issue. So for me, if you're saying that's what it is, then I'm good with that.
Yeah, because I just feel like when you put the word equal in there and it's not what they want to hear, it's like, okay, well, since we're not equal, then it's not fair.
They think it's like human rights type stuff. Like, oh, am I less of a person? No. Like when it comes to equal rights and, you know, just being a human, yes. Yeah. But I'm saying in the context of a relationship with 2 parties where there's probably some romance involved, you know, or not. Some marriages don't have that. But there needs to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? Nothing ever gets done by a committee. But I feel like, I know from the show, a lot of women subscribe to this mantra of 50-50 partnership. We can do a co-thing, and it's like it doesn't work. A
lot of them say that shit. Then you start dating them, and they're like, "Why don't you just choose where we're getting?"
Exactly.
Why don't you just choose where we're going? Yes. Why don't you just make the decision? Sometimes I just want a guy to make the choices. Yeah. And you know, it's one of those things that I hear a lot, but when I'm in the field or I'm actually dating ladies, a lot of them like to just let their hair down and let the dude choose a lot of this stuff. Now, it doesn't mean you beat her over the club and drag her to the bedroom. Like people think it's one or the other. It's a binary thing. It's not that. It's fine because I think a lot of people want to subscribe to those roles. They've just been told their whole life that if you do, you're less of a woman or you're a woman who's going backwards. And I'm like, it doesn't necessarily mean that.
Yep, absolutely.
But basically, it's really the woman is going to be she's going to have time when she's going to lead in the relationship. There's going to be times where it's going to be her department. That's going to be her thing, whatever she's going to do, you know. People, whenever you're in a relationship, basically you have a relationship because some people are going to pick up where you're lacking or where you're not the best. You know what I mean? So there's some things that she's going to be able to lead, and there's some things where you're going to be able to lead. That's how I was brought up. That's how my parents worked. That we're doing the thing very, very equally. I cannot tell that my dad was wearing the pants or my man was wearing my mom was wearing the pants. It was it was at some point my dad was leading and we was listening to him, and at some other point my mom was the one that was doing what she got to do because that was her department. You understand what I'm saying? You know, finances and stuff like that. That was my mom, because that was her job. You know what I mean? So it could be. Maybe I work. I'm from a utopia, and I'm from this kind of a place where it's very equal. But there's some places where my mom picked up where my dad left off, and vice versa. So to me, it could go both ways.
Even in the Caribbean, like my grandma would never go to shopping for furniture. My mom, my grandma will go do that, and vice versa. My grandma would never go driving out in the country because that's not her role. So like we said before, so it's different roles.
There's things that men are better at women than, and women are better than men at. You know what I'm saying? And to try to put a square peg in a round hole is foolish a lot of the time. You got to use the correct tool for the job to make it happen. Yes. Can you fit that that square peg in a circle hole? Yeah, but it ain't gonna work smooth. It's gonna be all messed up. You might break your furniture, whatever it may be.
Yeah, but I love the sauce analogy that they said earlier. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that works generally for some people, but certain relationships are going to be different. I know guys who can't manage their money.
Yeah, exactly.
In the class every day of the week, and these men are just not built for it. And not every man is going to be a 100K earner doing all that stuff at the top. Some dudes are just not built for a certain skill set. So if they find themselves a woman who's good with the money, they want to handle it, then that's fine. Is that going to be the prototype for most people? No, you're always going to have things on the extremes that are not going to fit in the traditional mold. And it's okay for those relationships to exist, right? Because like I said, there's some women out there who got long ass necks. That's not for everybody, but somebody's going to want to date them. You feel me? So we just got to find it where you fit in.
Yeah.
But generally what he says is the truth for most people. A lot of people like the traditionally masculine look. A lot of women like the dudes who are 6 feet tall. That's why there's standards in place.
Yeah.
But there are going to be some people who like some weird shit or like that are a little bit different, and that's okay. So long as you don't sit there and make it sound like you're the norm. You're not the norm. You're not the norm. But what you have is okay for you too.
Yeah.
And that's the thing as well. I saw something someone on the chat was like, yo, I'm not with Preach on this one. I don't give a crap because I'm not going out with you. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going out with you. So if you on your side, like you a man or you're a woman, or I don't know what the hell you are, you decide you want the man in your relationship to take all control, and that goes to you, then that's your thing. If it works, it works. And if it's not toxic and you're able to be, it's viable and the man takes all the, I'm not even gonna knock that. Do you, boo-boo? If that's how you guys are able to work, do you, honey bunny? That's not my business. I don't give a shit. That's the thing. Is there's people that if things are gonna work for different people. We have all our different things that are very different. So for some people it's gonna work. Some people it's not gonna work. But then after that, if in your standards you're like, I want this, but you don't find it, then you have to question what you want and your standards, and if you have to reevaluate your standards and what you want, and maybe it's not realistic to want that out of someone.
Right. Okay. So next question.
Yeah.
Right. This is very controversial, but I'll say it anyway. You guys ready for it? So, Abba, Preach. What are your views on the current dating market, and do you join into the current market or are you out of it?
Okay, I want to say two things. I be watching these videos on YouTube, and I'm like, where y'all meet these women? You feel what I'm saying? I'm not even going to front. It's not even like a disrespectful. It's like some of these people that be coming on the lives and stuff like that. Just from my personal experience, when I was dating in Los Angeles or when I was dating in Canada, for me, it wasn't like that. It wasn't that extreme. But I also filter out a lot of women who I'm like, this is a waste of time. I could just tell by the pictures you choose and what you like to promote on Instagram that like, character is probably not your priority. You feel what I'm saying? So there's sometimes where I'm watching these videos and I'm just like, shorty's bugging, but I would have never figured it out because I would have X'd her well before we even get to the spot. You know what I mean?
Damn.
If homegirl's waiting for me to pull up in a Tesla and take her somewhere, she's probably not the girl for me. You mean? Even though I got the money for it, it's not how I would roll in because I'm like, you in it for the wrong reasons. So I don't even mess with people who move different like that. What I would say about the dating market today, to answer your question, here's what I think. I think a lot of people, they don't understand. They understand what they want. They don't understand how to be wanted. Does that make sense? In the sense like they understand like this is what I want in somebody, but they don't understand how to make themselves desirable to other people.
Right.
So they invest in the wrong things. This is why when I talk to ladies about my career is on point, like nobody cares. Nobody asked you for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like niggas is not there like, oh, you got a Fortune 500. Like they're not getting hard because of that, right? You could be a bitch at McDonald's and be like, I'll still go in, right?
Facts.
So as a man, when I was growing up, it's like you have to understand what a lady wanted. Get yourself an apartment. Why? Because no girls want to come back to your mom's basement. I didn't want an apartment. You think I like paying rent? I hated that shit.
Yeah.
If my mom didn't bother me, I would have stayed home forever. But I wanted to get laid. So I had to do what was necessary because that's what they wanted.
Yes.
And I wanted to get with ladies, right? What else did I have to do? I had to make sure that I put in some effort on the outfit when I went out. I had to make sure that, I take her to a half decent spot. I did those things because I understand that's what they wanted. And when I talk to ladies, I'm like, what do men want? A lot of them have no idea. Or they do know, but they don't invest in those things. So I'm sitting there like, and you're sad you don't have any success. And then the last thing I would say, and the biggest problem in my opinion, is like people don't put in effort. They just think they deserve to find somebody. This is men and women. I talk to dudes, I'm like, yo, how many women have you approached in the last 2 years? 5. You do that in a weekend, my nigga. Like, you remember, I used to go up to clubs and you had a goal of talking to 10 ladies at the club. Yeah. Not on some like, hey, bitch, you trying to fuck? Nothing like that. Not on some gross shit, but you just go up to him like, hey, what's up? And you start chatting.
A real attempt.
A real attempt.
Not like, because what a lot of guys do is they want to circumvent, responsibility, and they're like, hey, baby girl, what's up? Or they're like catcall and hoot and holler because they know they're gonna get.
That's corny.
They know they're gonna get rejected.
That's so corny, right?
Yeah.
And it makes the dating. The spot worse because the ladies already got their defenses up because the last 5 guys have been coming at him sideways, just grabbing their arms, do all that weird shit. So we had to do that. So I talk to these young guys and they tell me like, man, but like, what if she says no? And I'm like, I have a hard time having sympathy for people who are not even making the effort.
Yeah.
Because they want to preserve their self-esteem. So my problem is like, and ladies, the same thing too. Oh yeah, I went on 3 dates in the last year. Well, then die alone. I don't care. Why do you think you deserve somebody? First off, you're not the hottest girl on the block, right? You don't have your shit together. You don't have too many great skills, and you're not putting in effort.
And your shit stink.
That's arrogant.
So to me, that's like the thing that really peeves me. It's like people complaining, "Oh, dating today sucks." Have you even tried?
Yeah.
You feel me?
On both genders, yeah. Like men don't approach enough, and women don't feel the need to self-improve and be pleasant.
I know after what you said earlier, you said a lot of people don't do things to be desired. So earlier we spoke about the iPhone, right? Having an Android.
Right.
So you have an Android, right?
Right.
And in the current dating market, a lot of girls won't say it abruptly. Some will because they're just like very straightforward. But having the green bubbles is a turn off. Now you made a good point. If that turns her off, then she wasn't into you in the first place. But why make it harder if you can make it easier? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
it's unnecessary bump in the road that you don't want to have to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
We've had girls on the show even say like, "Oh, but guys, when he hits me up, and I see that he doesn't have an iPhone, and like they're going to lose a little bit of attraction for him," which is stupid. That this is the world that we live in now.
Stupid.
But
okay, and this is what I'm gonna say, and this is where game meets character, and this is what I'm gonna say. There's a lot of things I could do to improve my chances if I wanted. Right, I could get my shape up done perfectly. I could put on the right clothes. I could put on the right outfit, accessories, drive the right car, live in the right area. There's a lot of extra things that we could all do, but you always have to say, how much am I willing to give up to get what I want? You understand? And there are certain lines that I just don't care to cross because it's not that important to me. You feel me?
Right.
And I always have to find that. There's like, bro, I've blown up my chances at pussy because I said what I was really thinking.
Oh yeah.
And so if we're being honest with ourselves,
I've done that
if
too.
you want, it's the same thing with the iPhone. I could get that and then make it a little bit better, but I just really wanted an Android. So if you're not gonna fuck with me,
It
with
is a
that
better
Android,
phone.
get the hell out of here. It's not that deep to me. The same way,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say exactly what you want to hear just to get in your pants. It's not that deep anymore. I've been done with that phase. So for me, I get what you guys are saying. You guys are not wrong about it will help you, but I always tell young men, yes, go for what you want, but also understand there's a point you don't want to cross where you're giving up too much just because you know those guys who'll do anything.
Oh yeah,
And it's pathetic.
Anything, yeah.
It's actually, I would argue it's worse than the virgins because the virgins, yes, they try to preserve themselves. These guys they're so lost in the sauce. They'll do anything for a girl. You're like, I can't even count on that man as a friend.
Now you
because he'll drop friends to get laid.
Yeah.
So just find a line is what I'm saying.
Yeah. You got to have that line defined. And once you start doing things for the express only purpose of getting girls and not necessarily for yourself, it doesn't enhance your life in some way or doesn't help you or benefit you, then you need to start having that serious conversation with yourself in the mirror. And the thing is that the beauty of it is you can't tell a person, hey, your line is here, your line is here. It depends on you as the man. What do you want to give up? What do you not want to give up, etc.? What are your personal boundaries? And that fluctuates greatly between men. But what we teach on our platform is we always tell guys, if you can mitigate obstacles, right, that aren't going to be, how do I say this, that aren't going to severely inconvenience you, then you should. For example, you probably should wear deodorant and maybe spray some cologne before you go to the bar. You know what I'm saying?
That's reasonable.
You probably should wear clean shoes and clean clothes, even though you don't like doing laundry. You know what I'm saying? You probably should go to the gym, even though you don't necessarily enjoy working out. So, because a lot of guys won't even make these basic accommodations. You know what I'm saying?
You probably should clean your room as well.
Exactly.
Yep. Over.
So I would say at some point there's just like basic things that you need to have done. But I see your point as well, where do you need to spend $10,000 at the club to get bottles for the express reason to bring girls to your table?
Not do that
right there.
Stupid.
Don't do that, because when we've had plenty of girls come on the show and literally say it right to our face. Yeah, I go to the club for free, I drink their liquor, and then I go over to another table and just keep doing that, leapfrogging it. So you got to be smart about it.
And I would say, this podcast would not be as popular as it was if you guys were willing to do anything for pussy.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You would not be kicking women out of here when they act a fool. Because I guarantee you probably get laid a whole lot more if you kept the ladies on here and did the smooching and all. So there always comes a point where even you yourself, you won't compromise certain values because so it just comes out that to me, it's like, I'm at a point because listen, I already did my dirt when I was much younger. So for me now, especially because I just work all the time, it's like I'm not getting iMessages to talk to you. It's like if you won't talk, the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like really, my phone is like, oh no, I wouldn't fuck with. Bitch, there's a door. I don't even need it that bad.
And real talk, me and Fresh have lost hundreds of girls because of this, bro. Like they have thousands of followers for him, and we've lost a bunch. Like, oh, you guys are toxic, blah blah blah, I'm misogynist, all this other crap, and it's like. Hey man, it is what it is. Business. We're cool at losing chicks. Like we've gotten less chicks since we've been growing so fast.
You sleep well.
I do.
Hell yeah,
excellent.
But isn't it a good feeling when you look yourself in the mirror and you're like, I didn't compromise myself to get laid or to get somebody?
But you know what's funny, especially here in Miami and probably LA as well. We know a lot of guys, right, that rent cars, go on South Beach Drive every weekend, right, Ocean Drive, flex.
Oh yeah.
Buy clothes on credit cards.
Yeah,
Gucci, Louis Vuitton. They look good. They look the part, but then they're broke when they go home. And I'm like, yo. Anything to get pussy. You're right.
Yeah. 100%. You got to have that hard line boundary where is this starting to like impede my development as a man to chase girls? And once I would say that is like a general line that you can establish as a man. But yeah, man, you got to do it for you first, and then a byproduct is girls being attracted to you.
Preach. We got to say preach.
But then again, the thing that happened is that, whenever you go to bars and stuff like that, you pop bottles and you buy this and you buy that. You act like you live in lavish and stuff like that just to get the girls. Once you get the girl, how are you going to maintain that life? You're lying. You're lying. She's going. You had expectations now. You grew expectations and stuff like that. Where's the car? You live in an empty ass apartment. Where's everything? Living lavish and everything and stuff. So how are you even going to maintain that? So it's just not smart. It's not. Smart.
You're right.
That's facts. And I say it all the time.
Don't fake being high value.
Yeah. Don't. This is why I always tell guys. Don't lead with your wallet. A lot of men make this cardinal mistake of leading with their wallet. And the way you get the girl, she's going to assume that's how, like, if you actually get the chick and you get her through like false pretenses or whatever, and she comes to find out later on that you aren't who you say you are, she's going to be tight, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because women never want to feel like they were wrong with their hypergamous filter. You know what I'm saying?
And what happens when a woman is tight? They talk.
Yeah.
They talk with their friends. You going to be the talk of the town because you going to be some kind of way because you lied. You just
me too.
Oh yeah, or you'll get me also as well. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying.
And then let's say, for example, you do keep up this charade. How long can you go? Because once again, you set the standard of, hey, you know what? Bottles, fancy dinners, nice cars.
Yeah, bro.
How long can you really go?
Yeah, leading with the wallet, guys. We talk about it all the time. It's a big mistake. You know what I'm saying? It's a big mistake because then the girl's gonna have ulterior motives a lot of the time too. You know what I'm saying? It's not wrong with having nice things, but when you're using that as your primary focus to get girls, like pulling a chick, I got money, I got bottles, all that stuff, like you want to always downplay your financial security.
Well, that's why I said it. That's why I said it before. It's like I don't lead with the Tesla. I don't lead with all that stuff. That's not the way I do it. So I wouldn't even attract people who are into that. People look at me like, this man look like you ain't got money. Good, think that.
Think
that. Because right now I'm coming with game, so either you in or you not. But if you tell me it's because I got this car that you in, then we're not supposed to be vibing, because already I can already tell your mindset isn't someone I want to be around. Not even to say like, I wouldn't even want to smash.
Yeah.
Because like, what does it mean when you let somebody who's just after the money inside your home around your private possessions? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you mean when someone like that gets jaded and angry and they're just after material possession? They don't have character. Well, that's where things go south very fast. You know, the luxury I have is like, yo, most of my dating experiences are very positive because I try to go for people who are not in it for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? If they want to smash, they're there for the right reasons. If they want to hang out or date, they're there for the right reasons. So for me, I avoided a lot of negative stuff because of the fact that I didn't go for people who were into that. I mean, you know, you got guys who get robbed, you got dudes who are getting fleeced for all their money. And like, how did that happen? Part of it is also like, who are the people you're choosing? You know, if we come after women and we say, oh yeah, this man left you for this and that reason, why did you pick him? We also have to look at men and say, well, what were you advertising when you try to pull her in?
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll say this too. My last thought on this is shout out to my boy Donovan Sharp. We talk about this all the time. Discovery trumps disclosure. So if she finds out organically that you're a higher status guy or whatever it may be through your actions or through the way you convey yourself versus you like overtly telling her I'm rich, I'm a millionaire, it's gonna speak volumes to your character that you're not, you know, like just boasting all the time. And also it's just gonna be more attractive because most guys will always lead with the, well, I made $1 million today, but all the stupid stuff. But men don't understand. Women don't necessarily care about money from a, how do I say this? From a numerical sense. They like the freedom that money provides. They don't really care about how the money is earned.
It's lifestyle.
They just care about the ends of money. They understand that money is a necessary evil to get what they want. This is why 80% of consumers are women. They don't look at money the same way we do on a hierarchy basis. They look at it like this is a means to get what I want in life and get a certain style of life.
A girl would rather you say, hey, let's go jet skiing or let's go to this event.
Yeah.
Then you say, oh, I made $30K this month.
Exactly.
Who cares,
she
bro?
gonna look at you
she
like,
what the nigga?
Yeah.
But go ahead, Abba. Yeah, I know you had son.
This is like the prime mistake that dudes who are like virgins or simps or whatever make when they get money is they think, because, you know, you give them advice, you're like, yo, listen, work on yourself and your confidence, work on your physique and things like that. It doesn't mean that once you get it, all of a sudden you posing shirtless everywhere. It doesn't mean that once you get the money, all of a sudden you got pictures of that. What these things do, the byproduct of these things is they're supposed to hand you some sense of confidence. You have these accomplishments in life. You can provide certain things, so symbolically they matter. Right. But it doesn't mean that you lead with that, because then it just sounds like other than these things, anything else. It's about how you get there and the work that you have to put in and what kind of character develops. You know, when you get to be the CEO of some company, it's not like you were just some virgin overnight and then you turn into that. There's a lot of hard work that goes into that. It's the byproduct of that success that drives a lot of people too. That's why there's some niggas out there who got no money, but because they got the game that comes from that experience, they can still pull. So I always tell people, you want to get these things not so you can show off, but because the journey to get them helps you become more comfortable in who you are as a person.
Damn, well said.
And I'll say this too: the trajectory of success is this, gentlemen. Okay, a competence leads to accomplishments, which leads to confidence, and then it just continues. It repeats the cycle. And once you get that confidence from your accomplishments, what's going to happen is, I always tell guys, don't become successful to get girls. You become successful to not tolerate the bullshit that inevitably comes from dealing with girls. That's the difference. Because when you have the ability to be able to walk away or not tolerate bad behavior, something imaginary happens, right? Magical happens, right? Like, hey, this guy doesn't really care if I leave or not. Okay, this guy's attractive. He's not doing all this for me. Like, he's probably pre-selected or whatever. And then bam, your actions speak volumes, you know?
Yeah, and also the journey itself is powerful because the time it takes and the pressure and the roughness that you go through during that period of time builds up as a man. So guys try to rush the process, say, oh, damn, I wish I was here like earlier than 10 years or 5 years. The journey itself is what builds up as a man to get what you really want.
So let's hit super chats real quick, and then we got a controversial topic we're going to discuss next. So transitioning.
Whoa, we got 144.
Super anime. Yes, finally able to catch you guys live. I'm from LDN. Love the anime references in the show. Fresh Naruto hand seals, Myron with the DBZ music combined with Trey Exorcism, LMAO. That was too funny. Great show, great content. Keep up the great work. Arigato. Thank you so much, man. And then we got 50, Chris.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay, so Andito Gamer, Sakase. Oh, no, we read that one, right?
Yeah,
okay.
We're
going through them. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Chris is going to put all the super chats up. We just don't want to
stop the show.
Yeah, stop the show. Ahmed Al Natur, Myron, you the man. I love all four of you guys. Preach, gonna preach. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Silent Observer, $100 Canadian. Love the informative discussion. A question to the guys: what was the biggest hurdle you had to overcome to develop an identity that you were proud of? What stands in the way becomes the way. Shout out from Vancouver. Keep up the legendary work, man. That's actually a pretty good
You want to
question.
start real quick?
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Go back down real quick, Chris. What was the biggest hurdle you had to overcome to develop? Man, I would say for me, it was like getting in the gym and training, and like
Fitness.
If my fitness was the hardest obstacle for me, but once I figured that out, I was able to apply it to all other endeavors in my life.
Okay. Abba?
It's the same formula for everything. It's just labor. It's labor you do every day consistently at something towards the goal of self-improvement. So whether it's joining a basketball team and getting to something, whether it's working out and getting to a better physique, whether it's like getting the promotion at your job. If you put in the labor every day and you do so with like some sense of diligence and some character, you're going to get to that point where you start to develop as a person. So that's what
Time plus consistency equals results, guys.
Preach. What was yours?
Me. It was me. It was my mindset. It was I had to change my mindset about certain things, and I'll have you things and stuff like that. I was the biggest hurdle. Not because I'm big as fuck, but also because I'm being in your head all the time, having negative thoughts of your work when nobody thinks that, how you view yourself. The hardest person on your about your work is you. So I had to change a lot of my mindset in order to be able to succeed. I'm this what's going on here. I'm glad it's happening here. I'm glad it's happening now, not when I was 19, when I didn't have that mindset.
Right.
Now at 38, with the maturity that I have, I'm able to be like, all right, to see reality, or to be able to be more balanced and not just always in the dark spot. So yeah, I was the biggest hurdle.
That's awesome, bro. Because a lot of people blame external factors on their failures. Very few people look intrinsically and say, "Yo, I'm the problem."
Exactly.
Very few people take that, and that takes like an enormous amount of accountability to be able to do that. Because people always like to point fingers.
It was my mom.
It was my mom or my dad, or like it was my brother or my friends. Blah blah blah. They always blame other people, but when you can blame yourself, bro, that's
powerful.
It's not all me, but I had a huge part of it.
Yeah.
The common denominator of all the things that happened in my life was me.
Bam.
So I have to look within and see like, okay, I got to change something, and I did have to change something.
Yeah, for me, it was kind of like my stuttering. That was a big deal for me because in school, they made fun of me. I didn't think I could ever like talk in public. I went to Toastmasters. I went to classes, and that didn't help that much. And then I feel like belief for me was also very important because nowadays, like I'm doing a podcast with my boy Myron here, and I'm talking to people on live, and I stutter. That's a big goal for me to overcome that problem. So I feel like that kind of made me, go further, and then also as well, my belief in myself. So there you go.
I mean, even you just doing this podcast is already a step. Because like when you talk about speech impediments, it could be terrifying to be in front of people and to talk.
Yeah.
Just even if you never overcome it, just getting in front of the people and still doing it is what displays the courage. The success is a byproduct of you trying, but the real in terms of success is just showing up and saying I'm gonna do it every day. And that's the biggest things. Like guys, like I have no game. Show up, nigga.
Yeah.
If you show up and at least try, then you can get somewhere. But you didn't even show up. So you talk about what it means. It's like you showed up and you came coming back on a regular basis. So that's where the success is.
Yeah.
All right. So great stuff. Maxo Luis Jin, $50. Is it the mother's or father's fault for weak mind men and independent women? That is a very deep question.
Yes.
So, if we have time, we'll get back to that. Simple Coder. Studies show promiscuous women are more likely to divorce/cheat, leaving you with another man's kid. I sowed my oats, but I don't feel bad about screening out promiscuous women for relationships. Even Idris Elba got cucked. What are your thoughts? Yeah, bro. I mean, just be intelligent about your mate selection, bro. Women are, so you got to do the same.
What do you mean Idris Elba got cooked?
I guess some girl like I didn't even know that he got.
I think his last girl
did him dirty.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Imagine being named the sexiest man in the world and you still get fucked.
Bro.
Oh man.
And then Jamal Jackson, $50. It's all about accepting and understanding yourself. Looking in the mirror and being okay with who you are creates growth habits as you go. Absolutely.
Real talk. Females can feel confidence, bro. Like, you could be ugly. You could be like what I'm saying, not the best person in terms of looks, but once you
Preach, is that you?
Have the confidence.
Yeah.
Cool.
The plastic.
Yeah.
bag.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're going to transition to a more controversial topic.
Go for it.
As you guys know, I'm going to call it institution. No, prostitution, right? By the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
Was decriminalized in Manhattan. They're no longer going to prosecute it. Okay. And we foresee in the future with, this OnlyFans culture, sugar babies, all that other stuff, that along with MJ, I believe that this is probably also going to be something that's legalized. And me and Fresh have had some discussions about this. We're interested to see your guys' take on it. What do you think would happen if the institution was legalized in how would it affect the dating marketplace in your guys? And you guys can maybe apply it to the United States and over to Canada. How would it change?
I'm going to be honest with you guys. It changes nothing. It doesn't.
You don't think anything's going to change?
Because people are already going for it. They call it escorts. Escorts have been around forever.
Yep.
It just got a different name and it's a little bit more above ground. The only difference now is the government's going to tax it and there's a little bit more safety and security, but it doesn't change. It's like there's a reason why it's the oldest profession in the game. Women been selling their pussy since the dawn of man, and it has its purpose. Some people hate on it, think it's terrible that they talk shit about it. I'm like, yo, it's necessary for some people.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Listen, you could have a whole wife at home, but sometimes you into kinky shit that she's never going to want to do.
Nah.
And if you need to go hire somebody, go get it. If it keeps your marriage happy, I got no problem with it. So for me, I don't think it changed anything, and I don't think it will. Even if you go to places where it is legalized and it's been legalized forever, go to Amsterdam, Belgium, where they have red light districts, it doesn't change anything. People just go sometimes, but it doesn't change anything for the dating market.
You don't think it changes anything? Okay. No, I mean, all right. So, because we did a whole preach. Go ahead.
Yeah, you said what he said. It's not going to change anything. So let's not act like. I think that the way that we're having right now is very hypocritical. Let's not act like this hasn't been there forever. It's been there. It's there. They're not going to stop it. Let's stop being hypocrites and just let's just go for it. I mean, it's not going to change. Though people are going to be like Abba said, they're going to be more safe. That's one thing that's going to be changed, because now people cannot be prosecuted if they do anything like that because I was killed or I was armed while I was doing something wrong. So they don't go to the police, but now it's going to be taken care of. But other than that, come on now.
What did you guys? Because you guys had a conversation about this?
So we did if you guys want, go ahead and check out. We did an episode why you shouldn't pay for it, guys.
Yeah.
And we talked about the detriments of paying for it. Even though we personally,
I want to hear this. Then why shouldn't you pay? If you can do a brief one, just a brief one.
So we came up with a couple of reasons. Some of the bigger ones was the girl's not going to respect you on the same level. You're not going to get that genuine desire bedroom fun. You're going to get that transactional fun, which for some guys that's good enough. Some guys have never experienced enthusiastic bedroom fun with a girl, and they're just content with doing the starfish thing. It's fine. Like, we don't knock guys that do it, but what we are saying is that there's some consequences that come with it. So one, you're not going to get the validational bedroom fun. Number two, she ain't going to respect you. And then number three, what I've experienced with a lot of guys, since we've coached like hundreds, if not thousands of men at this point, is a lot of guys that do this all the time and pay for it. What happens is they start to have a very negative feeling towards women. They have a deep resentment towards them because they kind of see the dark side of female nature with that, where they can no longer look at women with the same objective lens. They start to resent them and hate them because they're like, I have to pay this girl my hard-earned money to get any type of attention from her, and they don't really experience the benefits that come from dealing with women, and it gets them very jaded.
And also remember this, right? When you're paying for the P sleeve or the P box, what happens is you get lazy. So the game is out the window now, because guess what? Now you're relying on your money, leading with your wallet to get the girl. Yeah. But once again, that girl's only there for the money, so there's no respect, there's no genuine desire. And in this scenario right here, I know you said some guys are married and they go behind the scenes, whatever, but deep down, a man wants to be desired by a woman. And this is why people pay for OnlyFans, because they want the one-on-one with a girl, they want that genuine desire. If you just pay for it, okay, I'll smash you.
There's a reason why cam girls make so much money, because they interact with the guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm going to say this. So I don't disagree. I think if you're a man, Preach, if you're touching plastic, you got to stop. So the thing is, right, if you're out there in the dating world and you're looking for that validation, I completely understand. Sometimes it's Saturday night and you just want to get your rocks off, and you know somebody who knows how to tickle your balls the right way. You feel me? So you hit up, right? Like whether it's a booty call or whether it's something you paid for, like if you got the disposable funds for it, it's really not a thing.
Yeah.
And I say this because I know some girls who work in escorting, and they tell me like they got regular dudes, very respectful. They follow the same protocol, and for them, it's just a good way to get their rocks off because they're into weird stuff, or maybe they're just like, man, I ain't got time. I work too much. I'm in town for a weekend. You ready? Cool. Let's go. Let's do this. And it's simple. So there's a market for it. I would agree that if guys are lonely or if they want that validation, that's not the way to go.
Yeah.
But for a lot of other dudes, sometimes it's just purely.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the guy, which is why we said we don't knock it. We get a lot of guys do it. But if you want to truly get good with women and get that desire and see the better side of females, I tell guys, it's in your best interest to not pay for it. And then the other thing too, I personally, I disagree respectfully with you guys. I do think if the pro-institution is legalized, it would change the dating landscape to a minor degree, not significantly, but it would make women have to kind of step up their game a bit to be able to like get a guy to lock them down. Because if guys, this is what's going on in Colombia, you know what I'm saying? And I know some other countries it hasn't affected them, but women tend to be a little bit more pleasant, feminine because when they understand that, okay, the guys can get bedroom fun from outside sources. I need to bring something else to the table.
Well, I'm gonna say though, okay, that country is a very unique spot because of the fact that there's an economic issue there. Yeah. All right. Women here are not trying to escape poverty like they are over there. They need a meal ticket. So when women are acting completely different over there, it's because of that, part one. And two, listen, prostitution has its ups and downs. It's fine, but it's never going to be a substitute for real companionship. Of course. And I think generally speaking, if your argument is that it's going to make the dating market worse for ladies, right?
Slightly. It's not going to impact it a lot, but I will say it will hurt women, especially that want to get into long-term relationships as well.
Okay. Because remember, right? Their standards are very high now. They're entitled. But when the girl next door can just say, hey, $20, you could come smash me. Now she has to part her game up because now.
So isn't that a good thing? They have to lower their standards?
Oh, no. I'm saying that's what we're saying. That is a good thing for men. That is a good thing for men.
Change. So it's not just a good thing for men. It's good for everybody. If more people start to check up, because people stop being like crazy with their standards, I think we all gonna be happy. Because you go to countries,
I think it will improve it.
Go to Amsterdam,
positive change.
Yeah, if you go to countries where it's legalized, it's not like people are not marrying or cohabiting or doing all this stuff. They're still able to do it. I think it might be good because at the end of the day, it's already happening. People know where to get it. You can get escorts from the newspaper.
Really?
Yeah,
not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought
they changed that recently.
Was
okay,
anymore.
You know, back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, I also believe that when this is legal, there's gonna be there's Uber Eats, Uber Pussy.
We personally think it's gonna make it better for men and for women too. Yeah. So
but you guys don't have Instagram? Listen, I had a girl message me the other day. She's like $200. I was like, whoa! And they just slammed right in. Yo, dead ass. So I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're talking about tricking, like people are doing it on social media,
they are, bro. They really are.
So
and sugar sites.
There you go. So there's sites for this stuff. So I feel like it's already here.
Preach, what you guys say, Preach? Tell the people.
No, it's just that whenever you said that, you said, "Oh, yeah, men are gonna look at women a certain way. Men that don't engage in it, or men that want to keep this facade, like, yeah, this is wrong. I'll never engage. But then they want it. They want to engage in that, and that's it. The people that. And I'm saying that from a perspective where I've worked security in a lot of spots. I'm not going to spare you the details, but that to say, no, most clients that these people get are respectful, and there is a game about that. So yeah, no, they don't become lazy. They actually go into a whole other protocol mode. It's a whole other protocol, even if they're paying for it, and they have their clients and they're doing their thing. As a matter of fact, one thing that's just going to be changing is just people going to be out about it. And women are going to realize, oh, my God, I got this legal competition that I had. So I got to get my act right. I got to do something. It's not going to be so much frowned upon. And the man, like, yeah, there's some creeps out there. There's some people that are looking at the woman bad because they're doing X, Y, Z. But that is actually in their business. That is not most of it. It's a lot of it, but it's not most of it. Most of them give them money and respect them and all of that. And that's the game that's going on. Even if right now it is illegal, they still respect it, and they're like, okay, this and that and whatever. Yeah, you're going to have your nutcase here and there, whatever, and that's the one that you have to take care of, and that's the one that you have to watch out for because that one is going to be violent. The same way whenever women talk about, oh, you know what? there's these men out there are, rapping and, doing the you as well, I as well stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep your money up. Doing that. And we're like, no, it's not all men. Most of the guys are actually good dudes. But yes, you do have to look out for those guys. Same thing that happens in that stuff. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't agree with that the guys are going to get lazy and stuff like that. Yeah, they know they can go for that. But at some point, that's not necessarily what you're going to want.
I'm going to rebuttal that real quick. But we got Arthur Kicks here on the live stream. Shout out to him. He actually did a video reacting to our video last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so shout out to him.
He runs a large YouTube
and he's
channel.
coming to the party as well. So Arthur Kicks, shout out to you, brother. You're welcome here in Miami anytime. And he's gonna be on the show as well. So it's fine.
Yeah. So Arctic Kicks, thank you for the support,
Thank you,
my man.
brother. So
it's always great to
you
get
disagree,
respect from
right?
other YouTubers.
You disagree?
Yeah, because okay,
What?
so Preach, right? I get what you're saying. I actually know a lot of guys that pay for it, right? And they're very successful, very wealthy. But the problem is that like they no longer see women as a challenge. It's kind of like not that they can get it by just paying, because to them $100 nothing, $200 nothing. It's like pay. It's like $1 to them.
Good.
Now it's kind of like, okay, now that I'm at this level, like women to me are like, how to put this? It's like a piece of candy. I could just go in the store and buy it. Now, with that being said, their game, they have no game, because now it's kind of like, okay, you know what? Today I'm lazy. I just finished my business meeting. We'll call this chick over, just smash. And just the mentality is very lazy, bro. Like,
yeah, that's that. What did you say? Did you say I know? That's what you said. I know some people that are paying for it.
Yeah,
that's just the people you know. It's not necessarily a depiction of everybody.
Yes,
that's the people you know.
My point of origin. You're right.
I could give you 100 people that I know that pay for it that are good with it. They're not lazy. You could go get me 100 people that you know that are not lazy with it. We could play this game. It doesn't prove anything.
I want to ask something. What's wrong? Okay. What's wrong if dudes don't have game? What's wrong if they just want to pay for it, smash, and be like, whatever? What's the issue with that? I think it's good that a lot of dudes do have game, but not everybody can have game. So what's wrong with some dudes just being like, man, just throw the pussy at me and get the fuck out of it?
I'll say this, right? So this is something that is going to come down to the person's nature and what they really want out of life.
Yes.
And not every guy needs game. You're right. However, for you to live your best life while you're here, you do want a burning desire. Now, get this. Most guys don't understand, for example, okay, if I pay for it, right, I'll get what I want. But if they didn't pay for it, they get much more, because once again, yes, when you pay, you get it right away. But when you're not paying, the character you build, the game that you learn, the strategies that you kind of like come upon, you become a better man. So in my opinion, humbly, I would just say going through that process of becoming better with game and meeting women is priceless, because it goes into business and onwards. Versus me paying for it, I don't appreciate what I had to earn to get that girl.
Yeah, and I would say the way you acquire a woman sometimes is even more important than acquiring her. And what I mean by that is you're not going to get her and I'm just going to have to respectfully disagree as well. You're not going to get her best if you pay for it. Nope. And if you're content with that, that's okay. Yeah. But me and Fresh personally, and this is man to each guy is different, right? Some guys don't care how they get it. Some guys are okay with paying for it. But like me and Fresh personally, we're like, we want this girl's best. You know what I'm saying? We want to own the soul.
When you say her best, what do you mean? Just so I understand.
Like
her best sexually?
The best sexually, the best compliance, the best submissiveness, the best, and more importantly for me, respect. Like that's my thing. Like I have very low, as you guys can see it on the show. Yeah. I have very low tolerance for bullshit from women, like very low. So, and you guys think like I do this for YouTube. Like, no, I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? In person too. Like, guys, there's so many episodes that weren't filmed because a chick showed up with an attitude. I say, yo, get the fuck out right now. I don't care. But me personally, I need respect first. Like if a chick doesn't respect me, I don't even want to mess with her. So for me, the way I get her is more important than actually getting her. So if a girl's on some BS, but I know I can get laid, I'll still kick her to the curb because I'm getting her under pretenses that I don't necessarily don't align with my belief system. They're not congruent to my belief system. So I don't like it. Now I get what you're saying, Preach, where there's guys that aren't necessarily lazy that can still do it, right? But what I'm saying is that if you pay for it, you're not going to get her best.
And then let me ask you one more thing.
I'm just I got to talk about that.
Okay, sure.
I can assure you guys, there's some dudes who are dropping big money and they get to do anything that they want to these girls, and they're good with that. Whether it's
these girls are professional.
Whether it's like all this crazy. All I'm trying to say is this: Dubai. And it's not just that, but even on a smaller level, like. if you take care of the lady and you pay her properly, there's a lot of girls who will do pretty much anything for that. So I agree with what you guys are saying, where even for me, it's not how I want to do things. But for some guys, you know what you said, like living your best life, some guys find it boring.
Okay.
They start talking to them like, ugh. They're putting the effort. Like, they just like, ugh. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
Especially when you're busy.
Yes.
When you are done a long day of work, you don't mind slapping $400 on the table and be like, what do you want to drink? Yeah, you know what's going on after? Good. Just stay there and look pretty. And some guys are good with that. No, and I had to realize, because I'm not like that. I had to realize, all right, you just move different from me. Because you know, this guy, for him to learn game, he's like, man, I got too much self-respect. I take care of the bills at home. My wife is good. I'm here in Barbados. We smash, and she knows what time it is. And I put the money on the table, and the girl's glad. Yeah. You know, so I agree with you that I wouldn't say this is for everybody. Yeah. But there's a segment of the population where this is not only good, but it's absolutely necessary because they don't have the time to talk to ladies and to put in game. And also, they don't like the idea of uncertainty. Right. Because you know it. You're in this game. There's uncertainty. Yes. When I got to be places and I got to do things, I need to know when I come in on Saturday, you're going to be there looking good and you know what time it is. And when there's money involved, there's a different approach that you come with.
They ain't going to flake when there's money on the table.
That's what I'm saying.
Women don't flake when there's money on the table.
That's right.
Are we going to forget what happened before weed was legal? Are we going to forget that we thought that everybody would be on that and everybody would be smoking everywhere? Oh, it's going to be legal. It's going to be crazy out there. People are going to be smoking. Now it's legal. What happened?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. It's just what it is. People were smoking before. People are smoking now. What difference does this make?
Yeah.
Nothing.
You
think it's not going to be? You think it's going to be different with that? Come on now.
I've been holding this in for a second, right? So I understand what you're saying, Abba, and respectfully. Now, picture this though, right? We're dealing with these girls behind the scenes in person, right? How they look at these guys that are paying is different from what they're telling you in person because they look at you as, okay, he's paying a need that I have, but I don't respect him. And for me, I don't want a bitch's pussy. I want her soul. I want her respect. So I get what you're saying, bro. Like, I'd rather be the guy behind the scenes where she's, oh, baby, I love you, whatever. And then she's showing me, oh, look at all these thirsty guys in my DMs want to pay me for sex. Like, I'd rather be that guy behind the scenes and not the guy that's actually paying for it.
It comes down to what you want. Every guy's different. Like, some guys don't care. Some guys, they just want the box and they don't want to deal with the BS. And I get it. I'm not even going to knock it because real talk, dealing with women is a headache. I'm not going to lie. It's a headache.
I'm agree with you. Dealing with women in Western society, is it worth it? To me, in my opinion, not really. Because what do you get from it? Nothing. Bro, dude, girls over here are so entitled and so full of like these standards, bro. They're like, even if you bag a good one, right? She gets into the wrong circles, she's tainted. And like to me, it's not worth it, bro. Like sometimes it's not worth it. Just keep it a stack.
Hey, listen, you know, and it's funny because I want to bring this up later, but it's like you mentioned this when you guys were having a podcast. I think it was like all the folks from the Red Pill community all got together. Yeah. And you mentioned something about like the fact like, yo, Abba feels this way about the Red Pill community because now that he's gotten this fame, he's out here and it's way easier.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it. Well, I mean, I made notes, right? And the thing is like, it's complete. We'll definitely get to it. And the thing is like, yo, it's completely opposite. Now that I do what I do, I have zero time because it's too much work to take her on the date to do all this stuff. I can't be bothered. It's just, you know me, I'm working all the time. I can't even show up to stuff because I'm constantly working. Yeah. And Kevin will say the same thing. It's like, I can't be bothered. So when I look at other dudes who are in a similar situation, they're working and they have to take her out afterwards and try to have game and it doesn't work out. It's just not a thing that they're going to enjoy. And you talk about the respect. Let me ask you something. All the girls you smashed.
Yeah.
If I talk to every one of them, you think they all respect you or are going to say good things about you?
Yes.
All of them?
All of them. You know, okay. You have to understand.
Yo, your boy right here has to hold back his money.
No. Because because for me, they're not because the thing is once they act up, I kick them to the curb. So I'm thinking about myself. Would they say I respect them? They would say no, but they would be the cap would be because girls don't want to admit else.
Now
I'll tell you what I'm saying. Okay. Girls don't admit else.
Okay, go ahead. Here's something about me right now. I'm a little bit different because when I meet a chick, right, she would never know that I'm RP aware because I move so chill and so cool that like when she leaves my presence, she's like, yo, damn. But this nigga, because real talk, I'll fuck a bitch. Take her to eat some dinner. Her belly's full. She's feeling good. Yo, babe, text me when you get home. She's like, damn, that was an amazing time. On to the next one. But see, that experience with me was priceless. So she took the moment, bro. Preach.
Nigga, you're gonna tell me in my face that you just felt I don't want her pussy, I want her soul broadcasted on internet, and you gonna tell me that all these girls gonna have respect for
You know, some of them watch this. I promise you. And listen, you can have the best game in the world.
We're good.
When you come at a girl, you smash, and you don't go see her again or whatever, they're gonna start to feel some type of way over time, or they're not gonna like you as much, or whatever it might be. Like, it's impossible to have gone through all these women. And here's what I'm also gonna say: if they want to get when they're not with you and be like, man, this nigga is a simp, whatever. As long as you're in front of me and you show me respect when we out in public, you can say whatever you want behind closed doors. That's your business. I can't control you when you're out there. Because listen, people have hindsight 2020, like they remember things differently. They can feel some type of way. You can't control that. As long as you're in front of me and you respect me and you don't treat me any type of way, then we gonna be good. I can't say anything. So when these guys are paying for the experience, say, go do whatever you want. I pay you to leave. You want to talk shit about me when I'm not here, go ahead. But when you're in front of me and I put this money on the table, you know what time it is. That's all they care about. So I get what you're saying about the respect thing, but that's more of a, in my opinion, just more of an ego thing. And I think for these businessmen or these guys who are in these positions, they don't care about that stuff.
But see, you're assuming that I'm seeing her one time.
Yeah.
I'm seeing her multiple times. So I vet a girl first thoroughly. I don't just meet a random chick. Like, I FaceTime her, we talk for a little bit, get to know a little bit better, and then we go on a date, get to know even further. Then from there, at that point, we've connected on a different level.
I will say this: Fresh does have a good retention rate, but the reason why I smiled when you said that was because I know if you ask some girls that I mess with, they'll be petty. They'll be like, "No, he's a jerk," blah blah blah. But the reason why they'll say that is I always say it: girls cap, they ain't gonna admit nothing. So if a girl gives me like, even if it's a chick that I smashed before, I still have very little tolerance for BS. So if she flakes on me after we've already hooked up or whatever, I just won't talk to her again, or I'll let her know, yo, this is not how I operate, whatever it may be. So, you know, it is what it is. Like, girls are always gonna, if you don't, how do I say this? If you hold them accountable, a lot of the times they're gonna call you a jerk off rip without you. It is what it is. So,
but that's my thing. That's the game. Regardless of whatever you do, sometimes when you leave them, they're gonna talk about you.
Talk smack.
They're gonna talk. Oh, if you don't call them back, they'll be like, that nigga's dick was small, even though you had her busting nuts all across the
that
you know what I mean?
True.
Even though you blew up her guts, she'll still be like, oh, he's not that good, right? Because they'll lie. You want to know why? Because they don't want to admit their ego's too big to admit like, he was an asshole.
Women don't hold L's.
Yeah, so it just comes down to like
do it.
This whole idea of like they always gonna respect you after like you. It's not gonna happen for a lot of them. But if it is for you, I'll take your word for it. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. That was funny you said that, because I get what you're saying. And respect for me means that at least when I leave the girl, she's not gonna me to me. That's what I mean by that. For example, like when I see her for one time, second time, third time, it's a cool, chill vibe. Okay. But to say like, obviously, if I don't text her back, it's gonna be like, okay, small day. Okay. So I get that part.
All right.
So no, that was a good discussion. I mean,
that's awesome.
listen. You could agree to disagree, and I think the importance is that you can have open discussions and agree to disagree. That's cool.
Super chats.
So I'll read the super chats real quick. Okay, Jabrizi Magic, $50. Also, most women who are in that industry have no respect for men, and I think this might increase the disrespect towards men. Yo, that's a good point. The blondie that we had on, right, that deals with rappers and she's on OnlyFans, she literally said on the air, "I hate men. I hate them." And I was like, oh, damn. And I think also, like, just like men start to resent women for, being prostitutes, the women hate the men for being, how do I say this? They treat them as an object. Because, when you have that transactional stuff. So it is what it is, man. I mean,
I just want to make one small note. You also have to accept some of these ladies who are in this industry will sleep with anybody and they don't know what they're doing. There's other women who have standards and ethics, and they go with repeat customers who know how to treat them well. So there's levels. The same way in the dating world, there's women who will fuck any guy. There's some women who work in the sex industry who's like, as long as you got money, you can shit in my mouth and make me fuck a camel, right? Like for enough money. So there's differences, there's levels. But keep going with the super chat.
You know the funny part? She wants kids and she wants to have a family.
Yeah, hilarious.
I wants to get married. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, definitely. You know what that means.
She belongs to the streets.
Yeah. Okay, EJJ, $50. Disagree with not getting her best. The whole point is to see the companion again. So of course you're going to get her best because she wants you as a repeating customer.
Bro.
Okay.
All right, agree to disagree. I'm not gonna. Yeah,
agree to disagree. Jabrizi Magic, I think Abba and Preach aren't factoring in it being legalized in the most country will shift the world. It would devalue it extremely, and this could sharpen those who want more structure. Okay, or shapen those who want more structure.
The most powerful country in the world, I meant.
Okay. Shout out to Jabrizi Magic, by the way, guys. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Don't worry about it. $50. Facts. Fresh dropping money because causes laziness. work creates character.
I'm telling you, man.
I mean, yeah. And then I think we're caught up with everything. Guys, where can the people find you on Last Thoughts?
Yeah, last
Oh,
thoughts.
okay, you guys want to wrap this up?
Oh no, remember we got a late night show with some
We got a late
ladies
night
too.
show. Okay, because I wanted to bring some stuff up. Can we just do
Okay,
like 5
okay,
minutes?
yeah. Let's do it. Guess the honor. Guess the honor.
Because Preach is here too, so I might as well. So I did watch the podcast where everyone. So me and Preach, we did a video where I talked about how the red pill community was necessary, but I didn't agree with a lot of it. Right?
Yes.
I know everybody got together and they said a bunch of stuff, and so I got a chance to watch it. I was like, "What's going on?" Right? So during that live, people were like, "Yeah, Abba and Preach are trying to hedge." Right, they're trying to appeal to the masses, but at the same time keep the red pill kind of content, right? And the basis for this was like we lost our partner program. We didn't lose our partner program. There was some issues on the back end with AdSense, so it was just disconnected for a little bit, but we got it back. So I thought it was crazy because everyone's like, "Man, see, he's trying to hedge and he still lost it." In my head, I'm like, "Nah, we getting our money. I don't know what's going on, right?" So that was one thing. But specifically, you felt like we were kind of blue pilled, right?
I don't remember what show was this one?
This was on. This was
Rollo Donovan. We were all together.
Donovan Sharp's live.
They did a video about basically the red pit, the RP, basically like saying, because
we've got so many streams, bro. I'm trying to like remember which one.
I remember it very, very well because that episode I was very careful of what I said because in case you watched it.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what watches this shit?
All right. So what did I say? I said blue
but
pill?
you felt like I was kind of blue pilled. So I just want to ask you about that. Why do you think I might be blue pilled?
Well, from what I remember, I'm trying to remember. I would say blue. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, which video was?
It was the one.
I'm trying to remember because legit, we've done so many live streams. I'm trying to remember which one this was and what I said exactly.
It was the one when Kevin told us about them. It was like a week after when they made this video. Yeah. And basically they were talking about RP content, and we were like, "Yo, why are you talking about it like now?" Because we didn't watch your other episodes.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, okay, these guys are taking our niche, talking about it, and we don't know who they really are or what they're about. And then they say, "You know what? I agree with some of it, but I disagree with like a lot of it."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there was some stuff that you guys said, and I just want to kind of get more into it. So one of them was like they were blue pilled, and like I guess people on the panel, and you two mentioned this, is that you guys felt like you can't be talking red pill or accountability now that you got 1 million subscribers. You felt like because we've gotten so big that you feel like maybe we're not able to talk about accountability or red pill stuff as much.
Well, you can't. Well, as a bigger channel, more platform, obviously more eyes come to you, right? And people are going to work harder to cancel you when you put out this kind of content. So obviously with a big, audience, you have to be careful of what you say. You have to, even with the YouTube algorithm, and the bigger you are, more noticeable, etc. You got to be careful about what you say. So what I was saying was, I get it. You got to protect the bag. You got to protect the business. You can't be out here saying like, a lot of the more. Yeah, you have to peel it back a bit. You know what I'm saying? To deal with the YouTube algo and everything like that.
Okay. So do you feel like when we cover stuff, we're being a bit maybe disingenuous in regards to some of our critique of some people in the red pill community? Do you feel like we're just saying it partially because we're trying to hedge, as they said a lot in the thing, like we don't want to appear too red pill? That seemed to be the log line during the
when you guys explained earlier your reasons behind why you made those videos and we didn't pass. Yeah, I will admit I was kind of like on the side of, maybe they're hedging us, but you guys are always doing it. So at this point, I'm like, yo, these guys are real.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I get it. Like you can't. Even with us, we can't say everything we want to say on YouTube, guys.
No, dude,
that's why we're on Patreon.
Yo, legit.
You can't say a lot of the things you say.
This is a fraction of how we talk. This is what we really talk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And Zoom calls.
And like the tactics and everything else that we do, like we can get into more detail on Patreon, but like on YouTube, you don't necessarily want to put that out there. So I see why it's important to take a more purple/blue approach, right? When you do things, especially when you got a big platform, 1 million plus, because there's eyes on you everywhere.
And women watching you as well.
And you guys have a pretty big female audience too.
I think the reason why I took issue with the whole hedging comment is it makes it sound like we're holding back what we're saying or not saying what we're thinking because we want to appeal to an audience. But me and Preach have kind of always accepted that there's probably a time limit on our channel. We're not going to be able to last doing the stuff we do. And anybody who's watched us from the start knows that how we started is how we've been this entire time. So when I heard things like hedging and you guys have kind of saying this because, you want to be able to appeal to the masses, but still talk, to me, it was like, because we've been at this kind of stuff and it's always kind of been our mantra. So for me, character matters. When I make this content, it matters to believe in what I say. And so when I saw the live, I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, if y'all just watched a bit more of the videos, you would know that's what we've always been about. So I think that's why I wanted to kind of bring it up. just because I'd watched it live and a lot of people said a bunch of different things.
Mm.
But can you acknowledge that some people can like a lot of ideas from the red pill community and also recognize that some of it is really weird and strange? And that doesn't necessarily mean they're disingenuous or they're necessarily beta. They just view it maybe potentially differently. You know what I'm saying? Could you acknowledge that reality? I'm just curious.
That people view the RP side in a different way. They might not necessarily adopt all ideals, but and they'll dismiss some and then take what applies to their life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's with everything in life. You have to, you got to take what's the good and then be like, okay, this isn't necessarily bad, but it doesn't apply to me. So I'm gonna put this over here. I think that's with everything in life. You need to look at it with a critical lens and basically take from it what applies to you the most.
Okay. And the last thing I said,
oh, here we go. He's got a list of things.
This is good though.
I didn't misquote. Anybody can go watch it. You said, I was going to get taken to the cleaners if I met a baddie. And I want to ask why. Hey man, if y'all niggas knew my dating history, there's literally no way that would ever happen. But I'm curious. I want to hear it.
Well, here's the thing. You can only, and this is the beauty of meeting people in person,
right?
Right. So you can only go off. You can only assume. That's what human nature is, right? When you meet someone off first rip, this is why first impressions are so important, right?
Right.
If you don't know someone, it's human nature for you to judge a book by its cover because you don't have the time to sit there, talk with them, chop it up, figure out what they're about, whatever it may be. And I think that's kind of one of the negatives of YouTube is that people don't really get to know you. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you. I ain't gonna say no names. But we've met some YouTubers. I'm like, yo, these niggas are weird, bro. I thought they were cool. But these dudes are weird. And
some of them are RP.
and you'll meet them in person. And you're like, yo, son's off here.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we had this discussion because now I'm seeing like, yo, I ain't gonna do what I don't want to do to get girls. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna. It is what it is. This is me. To take it or leave it, which is great. You know what I'm saying? But from what I saw at that point, when I saw that video, I was like, man. I was like, bro, this dude, if he was with a baddie, he would get for that.
I heard that and I started laughing. I'm like, y'all knew my dating history. Like, that's never gonna happen.
But now that we're having this conversation, you
vet thoroughly. Yeah. You don't just jump to anything that looks bad. Like I can tell that you're very how about this thought about who you let into your life, which is very important.
But here's the thing, and this is the beauty of meeting people in person, bro. You can be wrong. You know what I'm saying? You can assume something about someone and then figure out, whoa, he's not like that. Okay, cool. So I will say,
I also find it funny that he came with the smoke. Like he was like, you know what? I'm coming to this podcast. We can have a discussion, but let me get my points in real quick.
It was important. You know why? Because when I come on something,
I'm glad.
I don't just accept. I look at what kind of content people make. I look at what kind of messaging they got. Because I don't want to just jump in and I'm like, I hate being around these people. So me doing my research on you guys, I'm like, cool. I think I can vibe. I think I can get up here, have a good conversation. It's a good time. Because if I don't like people, you won't know off the rip. I can't hide that. Like if I think you're a reprehensible person, we're gonna have problems. You feel me? So I wanted to do in doing so. I stumbled on that podcast because it was you guys, everybody. I said, oh, that's my face on the thumbnail, nigga. Let's go. So I click on the video, niggas wild, and I was like, oh, they think they know all this stuff about me. So I was laughing a lot about that. But yeah, that was pretty much the gist of it. It's interesting too because when you make content online and then people are talking about you and they're like, this is how he is or this is what he is. It's like, damn, okay, this is how y'all view me. This is interesting, even if it's far off, like especially the comment that you made was like, now that he's made it, now he's got girls. So that's why he feels better about women. It's like, nah, bro, I used to get laid before I ever did this stuff. Now that I'm doing it, I can barely do it. Because you're gonna experience this at some point.
Oh, it's already happening right now.
You're gonna see.
We are so busy, bro, that like
we're losing girls right now.
You're right. Part of it is being busy. Another part of it is they know you before you even show up through the door. So they already see you through a lens. And it kind of fucks up your interaction with people a little bit. I walk in through the door and some women have watched like most of my video history. They know all this shit. And I'm like, this is fucking straight. When you're used to doing things organically, you know what I mean? And come in with a blank slate. A lot of these women come in with receipts on you.
Come in mysterious. You come in mysterious. And it goes to show, but what I said earlier, human beings judge a book by its cover 9 out of 10 times. And you're not going to know how the person is until you meet them. And I'm glad that we're having this discussion because this shows the importance of when you meet someone in person, they might not necessarily be who they portray on the internet. It could be, oh, he seems cool on the internet, whatever. You meet him, you're like, yo, this nigga's weird. Or vice versa. Yo, I thought this was a guy was a square. And then I meet him. Oh, no, he's not. So it's good to be able to meet people in person and be open to see like how they really are. But unfortunately, we live in a world where they judge a book by its cover, right? It is what
But
it
for
is.
example, people think that we're just YouTubers. No, bro, we were doing shit before YouTube. So I'm
Yeah,
glad you're
facts.
able to come here,
Yeah.
clear the air.
Yeah.
Because even me, I have the preconceived notions myself, and I'm like, damn, me that I'm a person, see preachers like, you know what? Damn, I was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's always good to be able to talk to people face to face. You get a better idea of like who the person is. And if they, you know what I mean? Like you can smell it off people if they fake about what they talk about.
and also,
you
it's
gotta
not
be
hard.
congruent.
It's like be like,
and
You
also,
gotta be.
you're the one who talks about this content, nigga.
Yeah.
You lack confidence, bro. You got the confidence of a 10-year-old, and you trying to tell me how to approach a grown woman. Like, what is you smoking, right? But then you can't tell that because when you edit yourself, you can do. But like people who meet me say, "Yo, Abba, you got the same energy on the videos as you do in person, as you do in the street when I see you."
Yeah.
And I take pride in knowing there's that consistency, and I'm glad I can also say that meeting you guys have that. But if we're being honest, we know that a lot of motherfuckers who are in this game
facts,
they
bro.
are
fake it.
liars.
I was about to say,
Facts, yeah.
They can talk all this stuff. You put them in front of women as right, and they look
Bro.
like
And
a
here-
comatose patient. So it's just important to see who's really about it, and if they're not, then you need to discard them.
we only mess with people that are actually real. If you're not real,
Yeah.
we don't really want to mess
And,
with
and
you.
I'll say this, man, it's a testament of a man to be able to sit back and say, you know what, I judged you wrong. I thought it was a square. He ain't a square, guys. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'll say it. I was like, yo, this nigga's a square, bro. And then he's not, bro. And that's I think that's one of the fantastic things about being a man is that you're almost. I always say men are taught do what's right. Women are taught do what's right for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And with men, we don't get the privilege, you know, and the luxury of being able to not be held accountable for our actions. So I would say I can admit, hey man, I was wrong. I thought you were square. Nah, you ain't a square, bro. You know what I'm saying? This was a fantastic conversation.
This is
By the
how
way-
men debate, by the way.
Exactly.
What was that?
That's
Yeah.
how men debate.
And this is how men have conversations.
By the way, we got dinner. We got some girls coming for a show, sweetie, and this one to go to the next show. So,
Okay.
you guys ready?
Oh yeah, we're going for an hour 45. I hope you guys enjoyed that discussion, bro.
That was great.
Like, no, this is good stuff, man. I think this is what's
cool, man.
important.
Preach too.
And real quick, I got to say this too, because there's different, I guess, niches in the RP. You know, you got your, you know, the guys, MGTOWs, you got your BP guys,
BP.
you got guys that are, you know, RP, you got guys that
Purple.
are PUAs, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, man, and I say this all the time on this podcast, collabing with like-minded men for the greater good of helping men in a politically correct world where men are labeled as automatically as misogynist, toxic, whatever it may be.
Yep.
Society's already attacking dudes like us.
All of us.
You know, we've all been hit with the cancel culture to some degree, crazy womanists, etc. So we need to work together and understand that we are not the enemies of each other, bro. We all have the same message. The enemy is guys out here that aren't able to understand how life really works. You know what I'm saying?
Or faking it.
Yeah,
Yes.
or faking it. So we're out here to help men. It is what it is. You know, you got to be able to put your differences aside and work together and put out great content like this. So, Abba, thank you for coming on the show. And shout out to Preach as well if he's
Preach.
back there still.
He's back there, but he's not in.
Oh, we had a technical difficulty or something.
Okay.
So,
So-
but yeah.
Where can they find you?
Abba and Preach on YouTube. You can find us. Abba and Preach anywhere. You just Google us.
Okay, Myron, unplugfit, 2 T's,
Two
Instagram, Freshman CEO, Chris as well in the back, Aaron C. Pogson, Trey Talk Sports, the sound engineer. Hey guys, we'll see you on late night show with some ladies
Yes.
and the party. Don't forget the party, guys.
And party, guys. We'll see you back here in a bit. We got to go eat. Peace.
Peace.